All right, everybody. How we doing? Someone asked, what's the latest Morj has ever been? KMI asked that. And Name Named responded 30 to 40 minutes, I think. I've never been. No, I've probably been. At some point, maybe. I've probably at some point been 30 to 40 minutes late. But that's an anomaly. I don't think that'll ever happen again. Ender Anami says says more excited for this stream than the regular chapter discussions. Yeah, I'm actually I have not looked at the rest of the color spreads. I want it to be a pleasant surprise. I mean, obviously, we're going to look at a lot of them and remember, we've seen most of them at this point. Like, reading the manga, we've seen most of them. But I'm excited to, I guess, walk down memory lane and I guess get to see some things that I probably have forgotten. Phoenix Flame 59, everyone try and be more like him. He said W early Morj. Alright, I'll take being early. Sam3, oh no, come back. Sam3OQ says, hi Morj, please read Kingdom, bye, I'm going to bed. No need to. I'll read Kingdom if you stay awake and keep watching this stream. Virgil Hawkins says I was 2 hours late one time. That is never. I've never been 2 hours late. Virgil Hawkins says once I was 4 days late. That might have happened. Karim Gario says, what's up, Morj? Greetings from Germany. What's hello in Germany? What's hello? Hello in German. It's just hello in German is just hallo. I'm not kidding. It's the same shit. Look at this. It's just the same thing. Hello in Germany is. It's just hollow. Real creative, huh? These Germans, they don't have a creative bone in their bodies. Come trying to rip off our English like that. Come on now. Come on now. I think they stole hamburgers from us too. I'm not sure. Who came up with hamburgers first? America or Germany? Who came up with it first? Can someone fill me in? Thank you is danke? That's like the same shit as thank you. Let's be real. Yamlak Beletis is Morj finds out European languages come from Europe. Name, thanks for gifting all of these people memberships. Thanks so much. Okay, guys, you gotta say thank you. Let's see. Jordan Vance, say thank you to Name Named. Fuyamoto, say thank you to Name Named. Jason Petit Frere. That's such a French name. This is such an extremely French name. Was gifted a membership by Name Named. Say thank you. Holy shit, I don't know who came up with this. El Coco Loco Barroco Camocos. What a funny name. Was gifted a membership by Name Named. I don't mean that sarcastically. I think that's a funny name. Jordan Van said, no spoilers, please, y'all. I agree. Let's not do any spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers. Alright. Let's get started. Should we get started? We'll wait a little bit. Let's let some people trickle. Behanor, thanks. The reason Morj was late today is because he was returning from his trial in International Court of Justice in Hague for his crimes against humanity. Yeah, I guess so. We have an International Court of Justice? Why don't more people get sent there? I've got some nominations. International Court of Justice. Oh, guys, let's get the stream likes up to 100. Oh my god. Who enforces this stuff? Who runs this? We came up with this? Is this Enies Lobby? This is the same. We have a real world Enies Lobby? That's crazy. Damn, a real world Enies Lobby. That's hilarious. International Court of Justice. Leonardo Francesca says U.S. does not recognize that court. Yeah, that sounds about right. Dids ZXO says, Morj, I'm watching before sleeping, so not talk about basketball, please. You're the first person to bring up basketball on this stream. And that makes me kind of want to talk about basketball. Because it's really some interesting shit going on right now. But I'll hold back. We won't talk about that for a while. We'll focus more so on the title of the stream, which is ranking color spreads. That's a better way to go about it. Guys, let's get the stream likes to 100. Yeah, Bappe124 says, Morj, why not just watch anime in 2x speed? Because that ruins the experience. Then it's just like... I watch things in 2x speed that are informative. I don't watch things that are entertainment-based, so no comedy sketch. Like, you can't listen to music in 2x speed. That's a totally different song. You can't watch a scene in 2x speed that throws off... it just throws off your enjoyment of the experience. It should be on the anime itself to pace itself well, you know? Opopa, thanks. Watch a Ronaldo free kick compilation while we wait. What? Why? Isn't that just... Well, okay, I was about to say, aren't free kicks boring? But then I realized that a lot of soccer fans are probably going to massacre me for that. I guess I could see free kicks being pretty... Yeah, no, free kicks are probably actually really exciting, right? Because everybody's waiting, super tense, it's all riding on... You know, because goals come pretty hard fought in soccer, so yeah, I guess free kicks are probably actually really fucking exciting. It's not like a free throw in the NBA where it's just, you know, they happen every 2 seconds, and on top of that, there's no defense being played. So free kick's pretty cool, I guess, because it's just a, you know, I get it. I'm still not gonna watch a compilation. Leo Recto, thanks for the 11. Hey, first found you last week. Haven't you been around for a while? Maybe I'm crazy. Do you think Zoro will beat Mihawk due to others also relying on his dream? This will allude back to Mihawk asking him his goal after being world's strongest swordsman and Mihawk now being in a crew. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, Zoro has the strength of friendship behind him, others supporting him, etc., basically, and that's made him stronger over time. I think that would be a great way to tie things back. And the fact that Mihawk and Zoro both started off as, you know, as lone wolves, essentially, and then over time, Zoro obviously, he became more of a team player. And Mihawk is being forced to learn to be more of a team player as well. I think that that's interesting. Bunfagun, thanks for the 7. Do you think Oda has addressed the destiny conundrum he presented with Gear 5th? Your videos on the topic were great. I think what we got at the end of the day was Luffy's not a reincarnation of Joy Boy. Luffy's not a reincarnation of Joy Boy, and I think that that's ultimately what mattered the most. It does seem as though the Gomu Gomu no Mi chose Luffy, but it chose Luffy because of Luffy's characteristics, right? Luffy was not born, you know, Joy Boy. He was not born Joy Boy number 2 as far as we can tell. Other aspects of Destiny, there's a lot of prophecies and things going on in One Piece, so we have to wait and see how those prophecies turn out. Obviously, Roger realized that he needed to wait 20 years. There's things that we gotta wait on, you know? Phoenix Flame 59, with the best mentality you can possibly have in this stream. Warge is always early, it's us that are late. I agree. Crisis, thanks for the 20. The Hague. Let me look up how to pronounce that. This is hilarious. I was a government and politics major in college. I should know all of this stuff. Pronunciation. How to say Hague, let's see.
How do you say it? The Hague.
It's pronounced The Hague. Okay. The Hague is ran by the UN and is where they do executions and trials for criminals. Putin is on the Hague watch. This is hilarious to me. Read this line. Putin is on the Hague watch list currently. So Wow, what a what a watch list. They finally caught on to Putin. They're like, all right, this guy's been up to some trouble, we've heard, over the years. Let's put him on our watch. They've got Putin on their watch list. Like, all right, guys, this guy might be trouble down the line. We'd better look out for him or some shit. Like, if something really, like, maybe we gotta have to do something about this guy at some point. Like, dude, it's fucking Vladimir Putin. What, like, what? You guys get what I'm saying? It's just like, why are they treating him like some suspicious dude down the street or whatever? It's like, dude, either you guys have already chalked him out as a bad guy that needs to be dealt with, or you guys are just gonna never deal with this shit. But the UN uses it all the time. Like, we put him on our we've heard about Putin. We put him on our watch list. Don't even worry about that. We're keeping our eye out on him. But the UN uses it all the time and has captured numerous criminals like Serbian war criminals. All right, good shit. Keeping the world safe from those Serbian war criminals. That's probably why I haven't seen any of those wandering the streets of where I live, you know? Because the Hague's been taking care of that shit. The International Court of Justice is keeping me safe from Serbian war criminals, as far as I know. And the good news is that they've got Putin on their watch list, so I can sleep safe at night, rest assured that they're aware that Putin is a problem. Mr. MMF2, thanks for being a Yonko tier member for 7 months. Keep up the good work, Morj. Thank you. Also, stop abusing the turn signal when you drive, nerd. I forgot, I did the last, I was about to be like, wait, you saw me driving? And then I realized I did the last Morjcast, what do you call? I did the last Morjcast in a car because people requested it. I forgot to check the comments of whether or not people liked it or not. But I use the turn signal a lot because I drive fairly quickly, so... Not in a unsafe sort of a way, I would say, but I drive fairly quickly, so I need to give cars a heads up when I'm passing, because I'm kind of a weaving type driver, if that makes sense. But I don't want to just pass cars left and right without any sort of a warning. So you got to turn on the turn signal pretty quickly, and then turn it off, and then turn it on. You got to give them a heads up before you cut them. Nilo9, thanks. It's Morjin time. Yeah, does Putin know he's on the watch list? Does he know that his time's up? They put him on that watch list? Blue, thanks for the 5. Dad, which of these is most likely? That's weird. Garp is ex-CP0 or Usopp has a kid of his own that he abandons. You think Usopp already had a kid of his own that he abandoned? Wait. The night after... the Syrup Village battle, you think Usopp and Kai... No, because we saw Kai's not pregnant. Anytime we've cut back to her. Are you saying Usopp in the future as a kid that he abandons? I don't think Garp is ex-CP0. I mean, he's clearly a Marine straight up, as far as I can tell. And as for Usopp, I don't think he'll abandon his kid. I would like to think that he's learned a little bit from his own father. Andrew Anderson, thanks for the 10. I'm curious on your thoughts on the Cobra talk. Do you think it's similar to Clover or something else? Seeing how recently there's been a focus on the tribute, my guess is he wants to get rid of it. I can't speak because I saw the spoilers today. So I'm sorry that that's such a shitty answer to your question. But I'm not going to pretend that I don't know what Cobra has to ask about. Sorry. Leo Recto, thanks for the 550. You're right, I was lying to see if you remember me. Now I can happy cry and... That's so weird. Don't do that. Don't fuck with me like that. I was lying to see if you remember me. Now I can happy cry in this house party's bathroom. And Sanji versus Croc predict since I don't think they met. I mean, I think Sanji would kick Crocodile's ass at this point, right? Well, Crocodile, it's so hard to say, honestly, because we don't know how strong Oda has made him over the course of the time skip. If Crocodile has become stronger over the course of the time skip, then it could mean anything, right? What if Crocodile's first commander level at this point or something? It's hard to say. Alright, guys. Let's get the stream likes up to 100. Let's get it there. Oh, Crisis, thanks for the 20. What I meant by Putin was that they're waiting for his trial due to Ukraine and are going to arrest him when he leaves the country. Oh shit, they are? That's a big deal. He's obviously on a watch list for years, and has been trying to stop the trial. They're gonna arrest Putin? That's a thing? Does everybody else know about this? Does he know about this? I'm sure he knows about this. He's been trying to stop the trial. So it sounds like he's just not gonna leave the country then, right? If they arrest Putin, doesn't everything go to shit? Isn't that World War III basically? Ethan Clements, thanks for the 3. Would that mean that Putin is like Shanks? No, either your One Piece knowledge is off, or your international politics knowledge is off. But Putin is nothing like Shanks. Bonfagum, thanks for the 3. Do you think Luffy would try to take down the UN? If they fucked with his friends, yeah. That's all I got. Luffy usually doesn't go around. He generally doesn't go around trying to overthrow oppressive forces just for the sake of it. It's usually they gotta fuck with someone he cares about, or something has to affect him or the people he cares about personally first before he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna kick your ass. Hurrying Lyrics 44 asks, does pre-timeskip Crocodile beat pre-timeskip Kid? I'm gonna interpret this question as Alabasta Crocodile versus Kid, because for me, the single weirdest anomaly in all of One Piece power scaling is Crocodile at Impel Down or Crocodile at Marineford. It's just so on the one hand, you can look at everything that happens to him there and be like, okay, this isn't that crazy. The anime scales him up a little bit more, but if you look at the manga, it's like, okay, this isn't that weird. I could see this happening based on the Alabasta. Like, it could still kind of make sense, but it just felt like portrayal-wise, like kind of the aura and the way characters respected him, Oda was giving him more respect than you would expect from someone that was like Alabasta Luffy level. So I'm just going to ignore Marineford Crocodile, right? Because you can interpret it different ways, right? You can interpret it as maybe he was stronger there because he got his hockey back or something like that. Or maybe some of those feats are overblown or something. I'm just going to say Kid versus Alabasta Crocodile. I'd say Kid versus Alabasta Crocodile pre-time skip. If Kid was given access to water, then Kid should probably win. Because Kid at that point, like pre-time skip, should be stronger than Alabasta Luffy, right? Bunfagum, thanks for the 3. Sorry, do you think Dragon would take down the UN? Dragon would set aside... I think the UN is not a problem in terms of if you're not a problem, but not a problem if you're compared to... And we're about to head into territory that I don't want to speak too much further on. So we're going to cut the questions out after this. But in terms of if you're listing out organizations, right, in the international political sphere that are problematic or problematic or cause for a great degree of if you're really listing out the things that are the scariest sort of empires or forces in the world, the UN doesn't make the cut really, because the UN doesn't have that much power in general. It only has much power as individual. It's not like the world government, you know. If it was Dragon, then Dragon would probably look at individual nations first, because it's really individual nations that run the entire world, and so he would be looking at, and none of them are free from criticism, and there is a significant degree of brainwashing going on. So, I mean, you would look at the United States first and foremost, and you would look at Russia, and you would look at China. That's what Dragon would be looking at. Caleb Brown, thanks for the 2. First time catching a stream. Love your stuff, Morj. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Gunner455, welcome to the Yonko. Thank you. I appreciate it. Daniel, thanks for the 10. Which logical fallacy do One Piece fans use the most? Do they use the most? Appeal to authority or ad hominem? Appeal to authority doesn't really apply in it just doesn't apply in One Piece discussion. I don't know what context you believe that that's coming up, but I think ad hominem comes up way more in that. Ad hominem is it's probably the most rampant thing that comes up in One Piece discussion, which is like, well, you're you're just a Mihawk fan, Shanks fan, suck off Shanks, etc., etc. It's just what comes up the most. Oh, Popa, World Economic Forum equal world government. No, the world doesn't have a world government. It's not the equivalent, because there's no nations in the world that are all. There's no greater power that all nations are subservient to in the world. All right, guys, let's move it along. And Caleb Brown, I know this is not your first stream. I know it's not your first stream. Sorry, my brain was separate from my whatever. But I know that you're here literally every stream. I know I've been in a stream with you on Braga's stream. Sorry. I know you're a constant presence in the stream. I know you're here literally all the time. Guys, stop testing me on this. Stop testing me on this. Key says Bonclay talk crocodile brown hockey and Impel down. Alright, let me pull up the it's time to get to the color spread stuff. Wait, are there can mods catch any spoilers if spoilers are coming up? People are saying the mods are sleeping. Don't know what that means. California Penguins' Dragon would much more likely go after the U.S. Yeah, pretty much. U.S. would probably be first and foremost. Because, well, we don't need to get into stuff. Sarvesh Jonky asks Morj, are you Indian? Yeah. Yeah. Caleb Brown says, look, guys, I haven't actually read spoilers, so I don't know what's a spoiler. Is there any mod... God damn it. Is there any mod here that can catch spoilers? Name says, look, guys, I'm too lazy. Why are the current mods here basically explaining why they shouldn't be mods? What the fuck? Oh shit, I think I broke the stream. Oh, no, I didn't. Bunfagum's Dragon would just believe US propaganda. That's true. All Dragon needs to get fooled is basically a random photo that doesn't show anything bad actually happening. But as long as it's circumstantial enough, you got Dragon on his heels. He's questioning everything. He's questioning life, reality, everyone he trusts. Dragon's one weakness is basic propaganda. Fuck, everything's freezing. Why is everything freezing right now? Ooh, thanks for the 21. Have you ever had a near-death experience? My research has shown that we're stuck in a reincarnation loop, having our memories wiped and farmed for our pain and suffering. I have never had a near-death experience. Fun fact. At one point I got, well, I think at multiple points I've been interested in kind of just researching people with near-death experiences and such, right? So what I found is that if I look up things that are popular accounts from people about near-death experiences, So popular ones, right? For those of you who don't know, near-death experiences aren't just like, oh, like I almost was in a car crash or something. Near-death experiences are officially classified as things like you are legally basically dead for a little period of time. And then you survive, your heart gets restarted or something along those lines, or you're basically on the borderline of life or death or something like that. What's that experience like, right? It's very interesting. So when I looked into it, what I found is that a lot of popular accounts of near-death experiences, so ones that there are articles about, even books about, famous accounts, right? Those tend to generally all reference some sort of experience with some semblance of an afterlife or something like that, or body leaving the soul, or soul leaving the body, or even being able to see what's going on in the surrounding areas outside your body. So like traveling through the hospital and seeing different parts of the hospital, or traveling through light, or some sort of a warmth or a voice. Varying spectrum of accounts, but a lot of them seem to indicate some sort of spiritual experience when they die. Okay? So, on the one hand, you might be like, okay, cool. That means that there is something afterwards, be that something religious-based or just something post-death or whatever, something that happens to your consciousness. Cool, right? But then on the other side, I've also read lots of like anonymous posting about near-death experiences. So like stuff like on Reddit threads and things like that, right? And on Reddit threads or like just general forum discussions and stuff where somebody might be talking about a near-death experience. Pretty much pretty much everybody says, oh, they feel nothing, they think nothing, everything goes blank, you're gone, and then you come back. And so those are two wildly differing accounts. So everything that's popularized speaks to some sort of not religious, but like spiritual experience or something like that, and some semblance of afterlife or something. But when you get to anonymous stuff, people are saying that, yeah, there's literally nothing. You're gone. Then you're back. So, for me personally, while I would love to believe that there's something afterwards, on the flip side, what it sounds like is, I would be willing to trust anonymous sources more, just because a lot of the ones that report some sort of spiritual experience or out-of-body experience or something like that, or something related to some semblance of life or consciousness after death, those things that get popularized, those could very well just be people trying to play up stories so as to get some degree of publicity, fame, etc. Whereas, I don't know, if you're just anonymous, you don't really have incentive to do that. I guess you could be trying to get, I don't know, just attention or something like that. But it is interesting to me that there's a stark difference between post-death experiences as reported anonymously versus the things that kind of gain some traction. I don't know, just my take on it. I would love for the other one to be correct. I would love for there to be something after death, but you never know. Big DeBoss, thanks for the 2. Missed you, Morji-kun. Ready for our love to blossom now. Alright, moving on. Telerax says, I know you said you'll do videos on Manga Morj, but what do you think of Johnny's flashback in Jojolion? Also, my opinion, you should change Manga Morj to Dr. Morj. It's gonna stay Manga Morj, but I appreciate the suggestion. Johnny's flashback there, without spoiling too much, I thought that was one of the most interesting parts of Jojolion, and I think it sets a potential for a continuing thread that would stretch into JoJolands as well, hopefully. Bad Galley, thanks for the 2. Morj, I take back what I said about Tatum last stream. Dude, Tatum. Okay, we're gonna keep NBA talk for later in the stream. That's a rule. We're going to keep that for later in the stream. Caleb Brown is asking, do basketball spoilers count as spoilers? No. Name, thanks for the 5. Morj, who do you think has a better series? Oh, god damn it. Everybody's asking about this? Jimmy or Tatum's inconsistent ass. Also, what's your finals prediction? There's some reports that Jimmy is a little bit injured right now. I think it was his foot or something like that. So it's possible that Tatum has a better series, but I'm gonna keep this really brief, and we can talk about it more in an hour or two, okay? Which is just Jason Tatum. I think I went too far in saying that he's not top 10, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm just being reactionary. he's very, very inconsistent. It's just he's got really good peaks. It's really fucking hard to say. Like, let me put it this way. Between Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum, if I need to rely on one of them to have a really good game, I feel like Jimmy Butler is more guaranteed to come through. Jason Tatum, you never know. But when Tatum's hot, he's playing well, I think he's, you know, he can go off like he did last night in a very historic fashion. Superspic 1, thanks for the 5. If Kid got all the Supernovas and Buggy got all the Warlords, how would that battle go down? Don't include Blackbeard. If Buggy got all the I think the Warlords win because they got Mihawk. I just think that the Supernova really haven't impressed. Like, X Drake, Apu, Hawkins, it's just... Kid and Law are the only two strong Supernova outside of the Straw Hat Pirates. And, yeah, I just think that Mihawk, Crocodile, Doflamingo to get... Like, I just think that the Warlords would be too much. Boa Hancock, yeah. Grizzly Adams, thanks for the 5. Did you include the cover spread where the Straw Hats are knights and Luffy has a king's crown in the video for tomorrow? Kinda relevant. I did not include that. I did not include that in the video tomorrow. Ooh, thanks for the 10. Near-death experiences are personalized for the individual. The Void is a dark expanse. Some encounter. Check out Forever Conscious Research channel for detailed info, bro. Take care, King. Thanks, I might look into that after this. That stuff is always interesting to me, but I've seen different... Like, depending on who's compiling the research and stuff, you can draw different trends. So I'm not just going to... I think I've seen enough. I might check that out, but I think I've seen enough where there essentially is no consensus, and I think that there is no continuous trend. Especially when you factor in a lot of anonymous accounts. Apopa, thank you. My previous super got me put on a timeout. What? I don't know who did that. World government trying to silence me. The world government or United Nations? Think about that. Okay. So last time I pulled up color spreads, there was an easy way to... How did I even find it? There's an easy way to sort of cycle through them. Shit. What if I include Luffy? If you include Luffy and Zoro, then I got the, I think Supernova win, maybe just through sheer... No, I don't know, then it's really close. Yeah, Noah's on the One Piece wiki. The problem is that the One Piece wiki, it loads really... For some reason, on this laptop, the One Piece wiki loads extremely, extremely slow for me. And it's it's like the only thing that does. I don't know why that is. Because everything else works perfectly fine. It's just the One Piece wiki is really fucking bad. I literally don't get it. Tatum is only 19. Tatum is really young. That's not a... You know, he is really, really young. Like, 25 is still nothing in NBA years. Hurrying Lyrics 44 says, no, the Warlords got Blackbeard and Law, technically. I assume we're not giving them Law, and I think that it was specified that neither side gets Blackbeard. Do I have Ethernet? Yeah. No, literally everything else works really well on this laptop. This is a good laptop. This is like, not to brag, but this is like, I spent a good deal of money on this laptop. It's like close to a $3,000 laptop. Everything works really well, except ironically enough, the One Piece, the One Piece wiki, which is something that I need. Like, who the fuck needs the One Piece wiki for their work? I do. Alright, I'm going through history. What date was it last week? It was, I guess it's easiest to just skip to the thing itself. Okay, let's hope this works. Please work. Yes, okay, we got it. Alright, we're in business. Opopa says, Morj, you got in 3 parasocial supers this stream. New record? I don't know if that's the record. I feel like you guys are remarkably parasocial for the standards of, I don't know. I don't have enough frame of reference to compare to other One Piece YouTubers at the very least. But, I think, in my humble opinion, I think you guys are really parasocial. Oh, great. Now the entire thing is frozen. Because this fucking One Piece wiki. Can't even see chat. Which means I've got nothing to talk to. I'll just talk about something random. You guys read that One Piece chapter last week? That was crazy, huh? God damn it. Okay. We're in business. Alright, so I'm going to move this here. So I'm just speaking out loud to myself as I rearrange this stream. Moving some shit around. Big time streamer stuff you guys wouldn't fully understand. Trust me, it's important. Oh my god, chat's super delayed for me here. Okay, Behenor, thanks. What was your reason for choosing politics as your major? Also, holy shit, I made Morj talk politics. LMAO, sorry for that. Yeah, thanks. Also, NA education, lol. I thought that, I thought that the United States is supposed to be at least good for colleges, even if not necessarily for public schools. Is NA education considered a joke even for colleges? I don't know. Reason I chose government and politics for my major was not because I was interested in government and politics. It was because the plan was that I was going to go into law school. To be clear, I always, right from heading into college, I knew I'm not going to do law school. I knew that, but that was kind of, like, my mindset was always, I'm going to do something either, yeah, my mindset was always just, I'm going to try and do something separate, more entrepreneurship-based, basically, right? But that's not smart to head into college and get a degree around. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get my degree based on something that, if all else fails, I have this as backup and I can do this instead, okay? So, for me, that was law, right? I was just like, if I don't end up doing anything solo, entrepreneurship-based, business-based, etc., I'll be a lawyer. That's a safe, stable career, one that I know I'll be good at. There was no pre-law major at the university that I went to, so I did government and politics instead, because there's several majors that you can do that are sort of a soft lead up to law school. So you could do government politics. Interestingly, philosophy is actually a really good major as well for law school. You can do any major pretty much and still go to law school. It just helps if you do something that's law school that's close. So government politics, I just did that because it's close. So that's one of the reasons I don't really I did the major but not really caring anything about remembering anything about any of the information that I was learning over the course of that major. Like, I was very, very, very much just doing it to do it, and not really trying to retain it, because I'm just not that interested in U.S. politics at all. How do I say this? I'm not interested in like the actual going-ons, the political debates, etc., that happen in the United States. I am interested in that because that's relevant to, our lives of people I know, etc. But I'm not too interested in the functioning of government and the nitty-gritty of basically, how a bill is passed, etc., stuff like that, right? I'm not interested in the the nitty gritty aspects of it, right? So you learn broad concepts like how gerrymandering works and all that bullshit, but like, I don't care about the technicalities too much of the how. I'm more interested in the actual policy discussion, etc. So there is that, and I'm definitely not interested in the nuances of like every single thing, like NATO, etc., all this stuff internationally, politically, like how these various international political bodies interact with one another. I'm just not that interested in the nitty gritty of that personally. So government politics was basically a major that I did because you got to do a major and something to set up for law school, but it's really not something that I would ever have considered actually pursuing a career in. So that's why it might seem like a bit of a joke that, hey, Morj did government politics, but why is he so tuned out of a lot of the nuances of it? It's because I was literally tuned out. That wasn't what I cared about. Captain Face, thanks for the 10. Hey Morj, if Akainu got conquers Haki, he puts martial law on the Marines as Im is revealed. That'd be cool. Seraphim, God's Knights, and CP0 make Im strong without Marines. Akainu gets his own spotlight as he and Im represent two different problems. I think that is a really, really great breakdown of how things could potentially go towards the climax of the story. And I think that does set up basically a scenario where it's something I'll talk about tomorrow, where it's like probably Blackbeard Pirates first, perhaps, or something like that, then Marines, and then Celestial Dragons. And I think that really sets a nice trio of final groups that need to be defeated over the course of the final war. Ice Cream Gomez says, now bro talks about One Piece for a living. Yeah, funny how things how things come around. Mars says, didn't he say he was a STEM major? No, I never once said I'm a STEM major. STEM was always STEM is, how do I explain this? No matter what, I think from like a very, very young age, I always knew that math, science, etc., that is not something that I would ever be interested in having a career in, any sort of long-term pursuit in, because for me a lot of what I like is and that's not to disparage anything like that, but for me, throughout school, the things that make you work the hardest is math, science, right? Those are the two classes, whatever, goes back to middle school, elementary school, that will be giving you the most work, that you have to study the most for, that you have to be the most up to date with, etc. Any humanities stuff, you can kind of wing it. You can read stuff whenever you need to read it. You can do stuff the night before. If you're good at writing, you're going to be good at writing. You don't really need to, be practicing like you do need to be practicing math problems, for homework and everything like that, right? So there's that aspect of it. In college, it just ramps up because in college, like I was a humanities major, I could take off so many classes. I could skip a lot of stuff. I could study, cram a lot the night before, and I felt bad because I had STEM friends, engineering friends, who their lives were hell, and like studying and doing homework, etc., took up a huge amount of their time. So I always knew that, but that wasn't the main reason I never wanted to do STEM. Main reason I never wanted to do STEM was just because for me, that sort of thing is too impersonal. It's just too impersonal. I like expressing my own ideas, my own thoughts. I like feeling like, and this is not a knock on people who are doing STEM, because I think it is one of, like, any career in STEM, and a successful career in STEM is very, very impressive. And there's not a lot of people who can cut it in that. I know from my engineering friends how many people got cut, like, dropped out of the major year after year, and that's one of the hardest things that you can pursue. But for me, it's just too impersonal. It's not something that, and I don't mean in person-to-person interactions, just I don't feel like I get to exercise my ideas or my thoughts, etc., in an individualistic way as much if I'm involved in that type of field, if that makes sense. Joe Mama says Morj is driven by emotion. No, because I think I'm still a very analytically minded person. It's just what I choose to apply that to are things that I think also combine some degree of creativity. Like anything that you do entrepreneurship wise is going to involve some degree of creativity, your individual ideas, things like that. That's just not something that I get the same feeling of when I'm solving math problems. Even though I enjoy math to a degree, it's just not something I would ever want to make a career out of, if that makes sense. All right, guys. Let's move it along. Also, the last thing I'll add is that basically, if I were to have ended up going into a traditional career route, that's why I picked law, because law is something where, I get to apply being a generally, analytically minded individual, etc. But at the very least, it comes down to what I personally enjoy, which is debating ideas and debating arguments and things like that, which I still feel is more a sort of, it feels more individualistic than just writing, just solving equations and things like that. It feels more, I don't know, it just feels like, it feels like it's me getting to apply my way of thinking, I guess, in a bit more of a, more of an expressed more in a context where I get to be more expressive with how I want to frame things, if that makes sense, or lay down my framework for how I see things, if that makes sense. Whereas with math, it's kind of just there is a correct answer for the most part. All right, let's do it. Oh, let's get the stream likes to 200. So Malik was wrong. He said my next line is going to be, let's get the stream likes to 250. I almost never do 50s. I always do increments of 100. All right. Let's move it along. That's the last time I'm going to say that. So we left off last time with this being our setup. Check this out. We left off basically around here, the post-Timeskip. Alright? In S tier, just as a refresher, before we get any further, so we kind of get a context of what we're ranking where. In S tier, we have basically things that we either feel are very iconic or just masterful color spreads that you would put on the background of your wallpaper or something like that. Things that are particularly imaginative. Things that evoke a certain level of emotion. So, for example, Robin reading to the Straw Hats or things like that, or the Straw Hats on this, I guess, Stairway to Heaven scenario amidst the clouds and everything like that. We have some stuff that I disagree with, like this. No, I would keep this here. What do I disagree with? I think in retrospect, I would knock. We'll reevaluate at the end of all this. I would personally knock this one down to A. I would knock this one down to A, maybe. I would consider knocking this one down. We'll see. Okay. Then in A, we've got a lot of really great colors. I would consider moving this up. Honestly, I'm looking at this. I'm like, some of these S's could be an A. Some of these A's could be an S. These ones, I suppose, A is basically, we consider it to be really, really good. But maybe not iconic, or maybe just not quite, not quite great, right? We're basically considering these to be very good, but not quite great. It's missing a certain something in some area. B is very solid, right? We basically saying B is solid, it's a good color spread, right? And B minus is like, it's not bad, it's fine, it's decent. C is basically, okay, we don't think this is that good. Oda kind of phoned it in. You can kind of see that with some of the C ones. Like, the fuck is even the thought process behind this one? It's kind of, this could be just a color page, honestly, or a cover page. And then D is we just genuinely think it's like if we say C is Oda didn't really try or it's not that strong, D is just straight up like it's a bad piece of art. So either the colors are painful to look at, it's too convoluted, the shading is bad, it's too boring, stuff like that. All right, so that's how we're gonna kind of be rating these things across the board. All right. So with that said, let's get to it. We left off right around, not here, not here, not here. We did this. Should be, yep, here. Okay. So this was where we left off, as this was the start of the post-time skip. You guys got so bored you started wishing me a happy birthday again? That's hilarious. Alright. So this one I think we put an S, right? I think this one's an easy S, just because it's, you know, it's full circle, getting back to our roots, see how far we've come, yada yada yada. I'm gonna put this in S because, I mean, if we put the chapter 1 in S, then this one has to go in S. It's just the way the world works, right? Oh, and this one is also this one is also an S in my opinion, right? Because this one is kind of the I felt like this was the follow-up to this one. It came only a few chapters later. So 6 chapters later. And this was obviously done more so as a throwback to the first chapter's color spread, but this one I felt was the first color spread that we got post-time skip that really showcased the whole crew clearly. And it even feels like they're kind of setting off, right? They're walking in a certain direction. This is the first real full spread of the crew, in my opinion, because here they're all kind of jumbled together just because it has to mirror chapter 1. And once again, it's Luffy, Zoro, and Nami that get to stand out a little bit more. You could argue that's the same case here with Luffy, Zoro, and Nami, I guess front and center a little bit. But it is a more even spread, right? Chopper's right there with them. Usopp's right there. I want to put this one in S as well. So we're going to put this one in S in a second. Oh my god. I think this is a great color spread too. I feel like this is at least A. This feels like this is one of those that you look at, it just feels magical, right? This is a magical color spread. I want to put this one in A. At least A. Maybe S. Okay, we're going to vote on this one. We're going to vote on, what are we calling this? Fireflies, bubbles, fireflies. They're fireflies, right? I'm rating it so highly, I don't even know what they are. Yeah, they're fireflies. Look at that. Fireflies under a sort of, yeah, fireflies under basically a, you guys are saying S? Yeah, I think the way the moon is depicted here really seals it for me too. Okay, so we're gonna say SSS. Ah, there we go. We get a bad one. It's not even bad. It's just this is actually a very dynamic shot. It's definitely a different art style. It feels very different. I don't know where I would put this. I really don't. It doesn't speak to me that much. I could see some people liking it just because of the action or the flow. You guys want to put B? Let's vote on the shark one. Sharks. I don't think it's bad though. You guys think it's a B? I'm gonna need an SS tier eventually. Okay, I'm seeing most people say B. I'm happy to put it in B. All right, let's rank some of these then. So we got some S's, we got a B. Let's put them up there. Yeah, I have a feeling that post-time skip color spreads are really gonna make some of the pre-time skip color spreads look weak. Not that I think like I think Oda had some great pre-time skip color spreads. I mean, again, I've said this before, but two of my favorites, the train one is my personal favorite still, and that's pre-time skip. And this what I would call Stairway to Heaven one is also one of my favorites, maybe top 2. I mean, Robin reading to the Straw Hats, maybe that's also top 2. A lot of my favorites so far are, I mean, pretty much all my favorites so far are pre-time skip, but we're already only a few color spreads into post-time skip, and there have been several great color spreads already. So the standard's just going to keep going up. Oh, this is awesome. This feels like a Where's Waldo type color spread, you know what I mean? I really like this one. I could see people maybe not feeling this one, but this one for me is easy A. This is just a delight to look at. It's such a detailed color spread. And I think the variety of colors is really good here. I really, really like this one. I think this is at least A for me. I'm going to ask, what do you guys think of the balloons one? Yeah, this seems like a solid A. Seems like a solid A based on votes. Okay. So we got A for that. Oh, this. I don't feel much about this one either way. I would say B or B minus. I'd say maybe a B. Leonardo Francesca says don't give your grade before the poll. No, it's hard to not do that. It's just hard. I mean, I would rather give... No, I'm generally going to give my opinion before the poll because I'd rather give, like... I would rather give my feelings on it first. And then, I'd rather give my feelings on it first and then see what other people feel rather than just see what other people feel and then tailor my opinion to that, if that makes sense. I don't want to give off the impression that I'm catering my opinions to just go along with what other people are saying. So I'd rather say what I think first and then see if others agree, even if that maybe shifts opinions around a little bit. That's okay. This is my stream. It's okay if my voice has some degree of influence on what you guys are thinking. You guys think C for this? I don't think this is C. I feel like this is a B minus. I'm going to say B minus for this. Not a person says you're weird if you change your vote to his. I mean, I think it's one thing to... I think everybody's experienced this at some point in time where maybe you don't like something at first, be that movie, TV show, song, book, manga, whatever it may be. Then you listen a little bit to some other opinions, and that might reframe a little bit how you look at it. I think that's normal. I don't think that that's a bad thing. But it is weird if you just want to blindly go along with somebody because you just want to match their opinion. There's a line there. People are saying C. I'll do a vote for this, but damn, C. What is this? Legos? Let's do B, B minus. I'll give D as an option too. Matt Takara says, is this a round 2? This is post-time skip. So before we only got through pre-time skip. So we're going to follow up and finish it out with post-time skip. So B is winning, but the majority of people have it below B. So I'm going to give it B minus. Yeah, I'm going to do B minus. So this is a B minus. Yeah, we got this in B minus. We had this in... Fuck, what did we have this in? I forgot. A? Yeah, A, B minus... Ah, this is a cool one. I like this. I want to put this in a S or A, just because it's all the Strats showing off their powers in a way, you know. And I think that that's a cool idea. It feels like an anime opening. People are feeling A for this. I think A sounds about right. I would agree with A. Oh shit, this one. I'm gonna put this in A or B. I think I want to put this in A. It's a very uh, it's a very rich spread. There's a lot going on in it. I think I just don't care for no, it's not even that I don't. There's nothing that I don't care about. I think that there's just no factor about it that makes it feel particularly unique to me that I would put it in S. I would put this in A. People are saying S for sure. Look at Brooke. Where's Brooke? Where's Brooke? I literally don't see Brooke in this. Am I blind? I don't see him. Oh, there. Oh, what? Are you kidding? All right, well that bumps it up a spot, right? That makes it at least A, probably S. This is hilarious because Brooke's a tall dude, and he's literally like not even. S for Brooke. I hope I don't have a cold. Living his best. Yeah, that's the. All right. I'll give you guys the vote. I'll just call it the Shirahoshi spread because that's basically what it is. Tyler A says she's 16 and he's like 80 plus. Yeah, One Piece stuff becomes pretty weird, especially when you consider the ages. Like, I even go back to some random shit like Aokiji running into the Straw Hats at Long Ring Longland, and he's so he's talking like, okay, so he tells Robin she's grown into a fine woman. That's not weird because that's just, I guess that's just a general compliment. Even though Aokiji's like way older than her, he literally, you know, saw her as a child or whatever. And then Aokiji turns to Nami, who's even younger than Robin, who Aokiji like met and knew as a child, and Aokiji talks about how big her boobs are and asks her out on a date. And Nami at this point in time, I believe, is 18. There's just One Piece and age stuff. It's just it's weird. And stuff like Shirahoshi and Vanderdecken, who's been trying to get Shirahoshi to marry him for like 10 years straight. Like, even now that she's 16, it's still weird because she's 16. He was doing that for 10 years straight. All right. So it looks like this gets S. We'll do S. We'll do S. All right. I'm fine with that being S. Tom says, would love a place for Morj's unfiltered thoughts. Would you now? Could I recommend? I really appreciate people jumping in and reminding people of the existence of the Morj cast. If you want a place for my unfiltered thoughts, things that I don't talk about on stream, in chapter reviews, in videos, ever, right? If you want that sort of a thing, I would strongly recommend checking out the Morjcast. It is a podcast that I do once a week at the end of every week, every Friday. It is for patrons who are of a certain tier and up, or Yonko tier members on the channel. So you can join right now by hitting the button below, become a Yonko tier member, support the channel, you get the podcast, etc. Or you can go become a Patreon if you prefer patron. But I don't know. I think people tend to like the Morjcast, at least everybody who's still tuning into it every week. I'd also add that generally lots of cut thoughts and cut notes that would normally go in videos, but I just cut because they go off on a little bit of an extra branch, or I feel like it's maybe too speculative to bring up, stuff like that. That also goes up in the Morjcast. All right, let's move along. Whoa, what is this? It took me a moment to kind of mentally process. Yeah, last time I think we had a couple people who were somewhat knowledgeable about different art styles, or at least one person or something like that. What is this style? What is this art style? It's obviously very, very different, right? The lines, everything's a lot hazier. What is this art style? Anyone want to fill me in? I like the style quite a bit, honestly, as a change of pace. I think he just went too hard on the pink. I would love to rate this one higher, honestly, just because it feels so different. I just think he went too hard on some of the on the choice of color. Waterbrush says Opopa. Is that a guess? Pastel. This sounds pastel. This seems like pastel style, right? These are pastel colors. I think this is a very polarizing one. For me, it's just, I've been saying this, but I just wish he pulled back a little bit. I mean, I like the spectrum that we get, because it is a spectrum, right? Shifting from light blue over to pink, light pink. Actually, you're shifting from light blue through red through pink. I think this is creatively, it's a great spread. I just think that he went too strong on some aspects of it. I like this. I'm gonna put it in A. I'm gonna put it in A for a great. And this one won't be voted on. I'm gonna put it in A for a great. For a great idea, and in my opinion, almost a great spread. Okay, so did I already move this up? We said this was A. We said this was S. Did I already move these? Let me double check. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in A. I can understand why some people might not like this at all. This is definitely, I think this is a personal preference one. I mean, they're all personal preference ones, obviously, but I think this one especially, it's like either you just vibe with it or you don't. Dapper Ash says, it's nice to look at, but it's hard to process where some characters are. Yeah, like when I first took a look at it, I was kind of just like, what am I looking at here? But I think I gave my explanation for why I rated it high. I like this one too. Man, I think that this is I think we all love the concept of the Straw Hats represented as animals, and just getting to see them interact with themselves as animals, like Nami hugging the cat version of herself, Luffy chasing the monkey version of himself. I love this concept. I don't know if I'd put it in S, but I'd be down to do it if you guys wanted to put it in S. All right, let's do a poll for this one. I'm not putting it in less than A. So it's either S or A. You guys are saying B? You'd give it B? I love this. Damn. Okay, I'll put it in A. I would agree that it's not a great piece of artwork, but I think this one's just a cool concept. It's kind of like how we rated the Shichibukai one so highly, you know? That's my logic. The lines are very thick. I don't know why. Says Crow Mythic. Yeah, I agree. Like, sometimes I don't know why something is just randomly drawn in a different style than he usually does. Maybe Oda didn't draw that one. This one feels a little lazy to me. I'd put it in B-. I don't think it's a C. I'd say it's a B- to me, personally. Putting this in B-. I also don't like the color scheme of this. This one's kind of cool. How do we feel about the guns one? I'll do a poll for the guns one. Gangi says Manga Morj falls further in the abandoned trash can. Just wait, dude. Just wait. This one we got votes all across the spectrum. I felt like this might be like that. You got S-A-B. I mean, I don't personally love this one, but I can tell. It's one of those that you can just tell from the composition that it feels kind of unique, you know? Like, I look at this last one. It's kind of generic color spread. It's almost a throwaway. This one, Oda's got a specific idea. I'm going to go with A because it basically the votes basically average out to A. I'm good with A. So I'm going to put this in B-. I'll put this in A. Oh, I like this one a lot. All right, we'll talk about this in a second. All right, B-. This one's awesome. This one is fucking awesome. You know what this one reminds me of? Tell me if you guys get this reference. For some reason, maybe it's just the Big Ben in the background, or whatever, clock tower or whatever in the background. This one reminds me, and they're flying in the sky. It reminds me a lot of the Disney animated movie Peter Pan, when they're leaving London or wherever initially, and they're flying out away from London. It reminds me of that for some reason. I suppose just because flying over a city that looks somewhat London-esque, I suppose, feels adventurous. It's just, I'm putting this in S. This is a fantastic image. Everything is in gold. You got Nami counting cash, taking a bath in this teapot thing, Chopper riding a line wearing a top hat, drinking purple wine. What the hell is this? Is crazy. Oda went nuts with this one. I love this this teapot this teapot no, not teacup style depiction of the Straw Hats just flying around over the city. So much gold, so many colors. This is awesome. This is an easy S. I mean, this is a themed one. I'd put it in B. It's like a nice Halloween one. The lighting was for this one is amazing. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in S. Well, you guys think about the Halloween one. I'm inclined to put the Halloween one in B, but I'm open to hearing arguments for higher. I don't think it's any lower. I don't think Halloween's C. I think it's B. Remember, we do have a B-. Oh, shit. This is dope. All the Marines. I'm going to put this in S. Alright, this will go in B. This will go in S. This one's ugly. This one's ugly. Just too crammed. Too crammed, too cluttered. No sense of flow or action or really concept in general. They're making a clock but it might as well be anything. People like the Halloween one? I'm gonna do Halloween B. I'm sticking with B. B, S. I want to put this in C or D. I don't think it's a D. I'll put this in C. Someone said Halloween's a goated holiday. Yeah, but we're not arguing how great Halloween is. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in C. I see the argument for B minus, but no, because I would drop this one lower, honestly. Looking at some of the B minus ones, and I'm like, shit, maybe they shouldn't even be in B minus. B minus and C are starting to really blur together. I'll keep it in C. Oh shit, this one. Yeah, easy S. This is one of my favorite One Piece images. Especially, I think now that we're further along in the story, we are more used to. Now that we are further along in the story, right? We are more used to seeing images that showcase how vast and varied the One Piece world is. Images with a lot of characters thrown in from across the New World, etc. But this was one of the really early depictions of all that. Like, this came out before the Dressrosa arc even started. This was a really, really exciting color spread to see for the first time. This is an easy S. Oh, somebody was talking about this color spread earlier in the stream. I thought that this had already come up for some reason. Maybe there was something similar. So this is an S, right? This is an S. What do we think this is? I feel like this is an A. I just like the idea. Everyone knights, etc. Miss Super from Remix King? Oh shit, it's probably something stupid. Let me see. Oh, okay. Let's take a look. So Remix King... Wait, let me make sure it's not something weird. Alright. Remix King asked... Well, you guys think about the Knights thing. Remix King asked... Thanks for the 5, by the way, man. Morj, can you please rate this color spread and name all the characters in this picture? I don't know why he's asking me to name all the characters, as though it's like... I mean, like... You wouldn't ask me to name all the characters in a One Piece color spread, right? Like... Because it's just obvious I would know who they are. So, with this one... I would rate this color spread. Okay, if I'm doing an honest rating, I would rate this color spread a B, maybe an A, a B. I'd rate it a B because I think sometimes things are. I like the idea of everyone simple is sometimes good, you know. Everyone on a hill, all staring the same direction, presumably out at the sun. Feels nice, feels clear, feels like a very clean depiction of all the characters. The characters being red, orange, yellow, pass. Wait, I guess she's black, brown, red 2, and purple. All my favorite, yeah. And this cast of characters, as we all know, are very similar to the Straw Hat Pirates, right? I think I actually might have gotten them right. Because aren't the characters all named? Like Pokemon. Orange. Character. Oh, there's... I thought that a lot of the characters are named after the... Wait, Pokemon... Let me try Yellow. Yeah, her name's Yellow, right? Yeah, her name is literally Yellow. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm looking at someone different. Oh, no, it might be someone different. No, it is, yeah, her name is Yellow. This is hilarious. So, this is red, this is yellow, this guy's gotta be orange, black, brown, red 2, And she's probably blue. She's blue. All right, I got it. I pretty much got it. Who says I don't watch Pokemon Adventures? Come on now. You thought you could test me like that? I love Pokemon Adventures. Read it all the time. All right. Moving along. Let's see. Where were we at? Oh. Gotta get rid of this. Okay. The Knights one. What are we rating the Knights one? The Knights one is, that's blue, not purple. Virgil Hawkins says you can't watch it. You know what I mean. I was reading it, of course. All right. You guys want the Knights in A? I can throw the Knights in A. Knights in A makes sense to me. Knights are an A. This New World one is obviously an S. Okay. I feel it's hilarious to me that all these sharks are looking at Nami. They're all looking at Nami. She's the one that they're all pointing towards. Pretty much. And Nami, for whatever reason, is pulling her shirt down. What do we want to rate this one? What is this one? If I had to say, I'd say this is like a B. This is a B. I could see it as an A, but I feel like it's a B. I don't think it's like a B minus or anything. Like it's a cool thumbnail. Yeah, you could rate it high just for B. People want to say it's a C. I think it's a C. I'm gonna put B. I think it's a B. Someone said Oda is a sick man. Oh, this is cool. I like this. I feel like this is an S or an A. I like this idea quite a bit. There's not much going on in here, so it feels a little... But we put other things in S without much going on in them. I like the idea a lot. I'd consider S for this. A tier for swings. I'll do a poll for swings. I'm seeing a lot of A. I think I would agree with A. I feel like it's missing a bit of the extra oomph that you need for S. But I definitely think it's better than B. This one I would put in B. So I'm gonna say A here. I'm gonna say B for this. Yeah, I'll keep this in B. I was actually thinking of docking it. It's good enough for B. A, B. Oh, this one's great. I love this one. A, B. I want to say S for this, but I'll ask you guys. I just got so many things where, you know, you got them up in the cloud. I think anything that feels like they're up in the clouds relaxing in some manner, that speaks to me personally, and I think it speaks to a lot of people. That just feels very... It feels very romantic. Not in romantic as in love sense, you know, but romantic in terms of the One Piece sense, right? This is just a very, yeah. They're really living their best lives. The only thing I gotta say about this image is Kinemon looks weird as fuck. This could be an imposter for all I know, but I love this. Yeah, I'm gonna say, so I'm gonna go through one more time. A, B, S for me. I'm gonna put that in S regardless, just because even if you guys vote a little lower, I feel like for me it's S, and I'd nudge it up there. I'm gonna put an S. That's actually honestly one of my. The more I look at this, I think the more I feel like this is one of my favorites. Oh shit. This one's also. I think Oda might have made this a little too cluttered, or he should have changed up the colors in the background at some point. He's really been milking the mermaid background. I feel like we've gotten the underwater mermaid background a few times now. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking ahead. I know that he does underwater stuff quite frequently, honestly. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I like this one. I just don't know if it's. I feel like it's an A. I feel like it's an A. I'm putting this in A. You guys think this is S? I would say a little too messy for S for my taste. I think a little too much for S. I'll do a poll. If you guys vote S, I'll throw it in S, but I think it's a bit much. What is this? Mermaid, underwater, S-A. Get your votes in. We'll close it in a few seconds. People are saying lower than A. I'm going to keep it in A. I'm going to keep it in A. We're saying B or C? Okay, fine. I'll do another vote for A or B. I could see it being in B. I think I've been a little unfair lately. There's some that I've just thrown in B. That maybe are diluting the quality of B. A is still taking it, but it seems like it's fairly close. Okay, looks like A's gonna take it. Looks like A's gonna take it. I'm gonna put an A. Alright, we got S-A. Shoot, what is this shit? This is, I like this one a lot. I'm gonna put this in S just because of concept. So we got an S, A, S. I think I put that other S already in there. So we got an A, an S. This one's weak to me. I would say B minus for this. Sanji's like, we gotta have snow boobs. This is just a must-have for the snow woman. And Brooke is helping. I'm gonna say this is a B minus. There's not much to this one. I don't think it's a C, but yeah, I'm gonna say so A, S, B minus. If anyone feels strongly about the snow one, like it should be higher or lower, just let me know below. A and B are pretty packed. Actually, honestly, S is the most packed because I think there's so many that are really good. We'll do an SS at some point. We'll get down to it. Don't worry. We'll circle back. We'll do an overview. Is the snow one too good for B minus? I don't think so. I think the snow one is right in B minus. I could see it being. No, I don't think it makes B. I just don't think it makes B. I think this is a simple B. I think this is a B. I think part of it is just the, military colors just don't make for a, it's a cool concept, but it doesn't make for the most visually appealing wallpaper. I'm gonna say B. This feels like another B or B minus-ish to me. Nothing particularly stand out. say the definite B. This is a B or B minus. I just don't know which. Let's say water gun. What do you guys feel like water gun? I can get why people want military in the A, but I'm just gonna say it looks a little ugly. That's all I got. Not ugly, but it's military colors. I get it, but it just final say I'm not putting it A. I could definitely see it in A, but I'm just not gonna put it there. I mean, I even get like the level of detail in this one, the military one, very high. I get it, but A is a military. I mean, military is an A. That's probably fair. Okay, vote on this first. Vote on this first. I can bump military to A. I can bump it. K Maya says, how can you not put that in A for concept? All right, we'll put an A. We'll put an A. This one looks like it just barely makes B. Barely makes B. I could see it barely being B. All right, I'll put this in A. Put this in B. That's fair, because this one is clearly a tier above this one. So I think that's fair. All right, this is just a Dressrosa visual. I'm gonna say B for this. It's cool. It's just a Dressrosa visual. It's a nice looking Dressrosa visual. It's a good way to advertise or encapsulate what the arc's about. Most of the prominent characters, but it's just not a artistically. There's not much to this image, you know. Like I would say, even if you're comparing to something like, you know, this image, like this feels like a visually impactful visual, you know. This other one feels more like relatively like I'm gonna put this in B. I don't think it's B minus. I think it's B. Oh, I like this one quite a bit. I think this one's great. It takes a moment to kind of realize what this one is, but it's just all the Strahds getting ready for the day. I think that's a great concept. I actually love this concept. I would put this in S personally. Yeah, I just love this concept. This is something that, honestly, you know, it'd be cute if we got it in even a manga chapter itself. Do we feel like this lands S? I'm gonna say Strahd's getting ready. Where do we put it? I'm not putting it lower than A. I see it's a little tight, but it looks like people are leaning S. Grayson Zepeda asked, is this on the One Piece wiki? Yes, it is. All right. Wait, did I rank that correctly? Yeah, that one S, that one A. Okay, cool. This is a B or a B minus. I'd say it's a B. I feel like the line between B minus and C is kind of blurred in my head at this point. I would put this in B minus, honestly. I'll say this is a B minus. B minus for that. Oh, this one's cool. This one's cool. This one's cool. This is an A or an S. Shit. Okay, let me get this out of the way first. So this is B minus. B minus. What is what is this one? This is hard. I might be mistaken, but I think this was a color spread of the top performers in a popularity poll, which is why you've got Ace, Sabo, Hancock, and Law in there. I might be wrong about that, but I think that that's what this concept was. Instead of some strats are missing, like Usopp, Frankie, etc. Crow Mythic, yeah, confirmed it's a popularity poll cover. Carriage A. I would agree it's A. The tricky thing is that we've got some things in S right now that I think shouldn't be in S. Now that we've moved further along. Like, I think that spread is better than... Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I think it's better than... I think it's at least on par with some of this other stuff, you know? Maybe it's an A. Maybe it's an A. I'll say it's A. I'll say it's A. B. B minus. I like this shot. It's like a nice overhead shot. It's all the Straw Hats together. Eating pizza. I just don't think... I think B minus might be too low. We'll talk about this one. I think this is a B. It's very generic, but... I don't know about this one. Alright, that's B. How do we feel about the pizza one? Let me ask you guys about the pizza one. I don't think it's bad, you know? I'll just give some limited options. S, A, B, B minus. Yeah, I feel like this is a standard B. Oh, did I write C minus instead of B? Shit. Let me do it again. My bad. We have a C minus here now. Pizza. B. B minus. Yeah, I'm sure people don't want to vote for C minus for this. Creating a whole new tier. Alright, this is a clear B. So we got two B's in a row. B, B. Oh, this one was funny. I want to put this in A. Because I think the character interactions in this one are pretty fun. I'm going to put this in A. I'm going to say B, B. This one I'm going to put in A. Just think a lot of interesting... Like, this one you can kind of go through the whole image and you see a lot of interesting stuff. So we'll say B, B, A. I'm very interested to see what we all end up voting as the best color spread at the end of all this. Oh, this is another great... I like that Oda's been doing a lot of these ones lately. Like in the post-Timeskip, I feel, where it's just a set of images showing all the Straw Hats individually, but in different contexts. So, like, the first time Luffy met each Straw Hat, all the Straw Hats getting ready in the morning, all the Straw Hats from various enjoying various cultures, right? Or in various cultural or historic contexts. This one's cool. I'm gonna say this one's A. I don't think it's an S. This one is another one of the classic summer ones. I'm laughing because anytime one of these comes up, it is impossible not to talk about Nami, and she does ultimately, I guess, distract from how well, like how you would rate the overall image, right? You guys want to do a poll for this one? I don't think this is S, but I'm down. I'll do a poll. Zombie was staring straight at Nami's cheeks. Is that true? Oda wasn't at. Oh wait, shit. Oh my god. He was. It's not even like if you look at his eyeballs are not staring at. His eyeballs are pointing straight down. Is he pointing? Is this his arm? Is he pointing? Oh my god. What the what the fuck? What? Okay. Alright. Alright, let's move it along. Let's back to this, right? What are we doing here? Yeah, let's do a poll for this. Straw Hats in cultures, right? S-A. I don't think it's anything lower than A. Chat's leaning A slightly. I'm gonna agree. I think it's A. It's getting to 50-50. But I'm just gonna pull my vote and say A regardless. I think it's A. This one. I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you want to say? Summer. It's a really fun spread. I mean, all this, like, it's a very energetic spread. The vibe is just, it feels like a really fun summer vibe, honestly. Oh, that's weird. My stream chat disappeared. And I don't know the answer to the poll. Oh, the poll didn't come up. Not bad. Summer spread. I don't think it's S. This is a pretty even split one. I'll give it 5 seconds. If it remains a fairly even split one, I'm going to put it in A because that's where things seem to be averaging out to. I'm going to put an A. So A. I'm going to say B or B. I feel like this is one where the colors are a bit too aggressive again. And I feel like it's a common trend with Oda, now that we've seen all these color spreads. The one color that I think he sometimes goes too hard on, for whatever reason, is pink. I think that lots of times the ones where it feels like this could have been a... I think sometimes he goes too hard on pink. Which is funny, because really early on there was one spread where I felt like it had Sakura petals and everything like that, and I thought that he went way too soft on the pink. But then ever since then, I think that a lot of the color spreads have been... A lot of the color spreads that have been a bit too aggressive in one color, it's been pink. So I don't know what to say about that. It's just a random trend, I guess. I want to say B or... say B. I don't think this is an A. I think this is a B, arguably a B minus if the colors bother you a bit too much. I think it's C. Yokai says L, pink is a goated color. No, it doesn't matter if it's a good color or not. I think it's a great color in correct moderation, but I think that there have been several spreads. Let's see if I can pull up a quick example. Several spreads where I feel like it's just a bit too hard on the pink that it makes the image a bit of an eyesore, right? So that's one that we've got in D. If you look throughout it, I feel like that there's a few spreads where I think this one's another great example. This one that we just talked about recently, where I feel like the concept is really good. I just think that a bit too hard on the pink on the right side, and it kind of just makes everything blend together a little bit too much because the color is just too strong. So with this, I'm gonna say B minus for this. I'm gonna say B minus. A B minus. Throw with that. Oh, this is a badass one. This one's pretty cool. I wouldn't put it in S, but I could imagine a lot of people wanting it to be an S just because of the vibe. It's pretty different. How do we feel about this one? Either you just like it because of the vibe, the different spin on the Straw Hats. It depends how much you like it. I'm seeing a lot of S. I'm seeing some A's. Sea Freak is iconic. All right, let's see. I agree it's an iconic spread, but it's never been one that I've loved that much. But I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people vote it really high. All right. Yes, it is. One of my favorite. Yeah, I could see this being a lot of people's favorites. One of a lot of people's favorites. S. So this one's S. I would say this one is. I'm inclined to put this in B minus. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in B minus. So S, B minus. All right, we'll talk about this in a second. This looks more like a movie poster than anything else to me. Ramenstein says, "Hey Mike, just tuning in now, so I'm sorry if it's already been asked, but which trainer's team from Pokemon Adventures would be the best basketball team?" That's easy. Red, because he's the best Pokemon trainer, so he would have the best Pokemon, which would win him a basketball game. Right? Makes sense. I think fairly easy to follow. What the hell do we say about this? It's a movie poster is the problem. Like, is this even a color spread? Wait, is this even on my tier list? It is on the tier list, so we have to rank it. I mean, it looks like a really cool spread if you just look at the center part. Yeah, it looks really cool. I hate the borders and everything like that, but I guess we need to have it because it's advertising film gold. I wish I could just look at it without that extra peripheral stuff. Film gold poster is aggressive. Yeah, it is very aggressive, but I think it's fine in this context. I think it's supposed to feel like a very aggressive poster. D for movie looks bad. I think it looks cool. It's a movie poster, nothing special. You know what? Fuck it. We can put it in. I don't think it's C. Like, I think if we got this and it was just if it wasn't for a movie and we got this, and imagine you could actually see the table and everything like that. You could see the table, you could see whatever Luffy's doing, putting down cards or chips or whatever. If you just cut out all the peripheral stuff and the advertisement aspect, I think it's a pretty cool image, honestly. But if people want C, you know what? I don't care that much. I don't feel like wasting time defending it. We'll put it in C. I mean, it's a movie poster, but we like the Strong World one, right? This was cool. This was really cool. I personally feel like this is a art style preference thing. If you compare this, so this depiction of, I suppose, Eastern, Japanese, whatever art style, to this one, am I correct? Okay, so somebody correct me. Is this more Chinese art style and then this is more Japanese? Or am I wrong in my assumption here? Is this more Chinese and then this is more Japanese? I certainly, for me personally, I prefer this art style a lot more. I'm going to put this in S. I'm just curious. Generic, I'm inclined to put this in B- or C. B- or C. I feel like the colors are too light in this one. It just doesn't feel like a very well sketched out image, to be honest. I'm gonna put this in C. I'm gonna put that in C. Oh, this is a nice spread though. Yeah, if we're comparing like this to this feels more like what we got for Strong World, you know? Isaac safe, thanks. Morj, can you beat a monkey in a fight with prep time? What am I allowed to do? Like, am I allowed to get a gun? Is it a chimpanzee? If it's a really fast monkey, I think that even with a gun, I'd be in trouble because it could. I don't know if, aim wise, I'd be able to. Well, I'm allowed to do anything with prep time, though, right? Yeah, with prep time. Look, we all know how to take out a monkey. All you need is a banana, right? You set down a banana on the ground, and then you set up one of those cage things that will drop on it from the ceiling, like tied up with a rope. That's pretty much it, right? That's what they do in cartoons and shit, right? To capture stuff. OG OG3 asked Morj, could you outcoach Doc Rivers with prep time? I like to believe that there is nuance to it. Like, even though everybody fucking rags on NBA coaches for not doing basic shit, at least from our perspective as watchers, as viewers, I like to believe that there is a lot more behind the scenes than we understand as to why they make or don't make the decisions they do. And keep in mind, NBA coaches, they don't work in a vacuum. They've got assistants and everything like that, and in their ear, there's other people talking to them. The players talk to them, so they shouldn't take just because something might seem obvious to us, we don't understand the full reason for why they do or don't do something. So let's not be disrespectful to NBA coaches. None of us could outcoach Doc Rivers. Saba was in Film Gold. I saw a clip of him fighting Lucci. I don't know what else he did in there, but he was in Film Gold. So I'm gonna put this in C. I don't know what I put this in. And it's a movie advertisement. I'm gonna put this in B. C, B. Are we back to the summer already? Or is it the same summer? How many summer spread? I swear, it wasn't even 4 spreads ago. No, I guess it was further back. Okay, so this was the start of summer? And this is I gotta squeeze something in before summer ends. This is one of the more extreme ones that you will see in terms of Nami fan service spreads. I wonder how much Oda looks forward to the summer just so that he gets an opportunity to draw Nami how he wants to. I'm gonna put this in B. Yeah, where do you guys want to put this? This one, I feel like with this other one, right? There's a lot more to the image besides the Nami fan service. It's not even that blatant, right? There's a lot more to the image that you can appreciate, and you can like the image for a variety of reasons. I feel like with this new one, it's just there's almost nothing that stands out more about this image than Nami on the left because it's very, very blatant. Ramenstein says, Morj, could you fake having read... could you fake having read Pokemon Adventures with prep time? No, I believe that it is impossible to fake having read Pokemon Adventures. The only reason that I'm able to answer every Pokemon Adventure related question so authentically and with such clarity and accuracy is because I have been reading the series. That is the only way you can come up with good answers regarding Pokemon Adventures. You can't fake it. It's just not one of those things you can fake. So, yeah. I'll do a poll, but I just don't really know what to, like, Summer. I'm not putting this in it. I'm not giving you guys S as an option for this. You fucking, like, there's no argument for S for this, in my opinion. It looks like majority are pushing for about A. I mean, it is a good spread overall. I suppose it's colorful. It is vibrant. It's just, it is similar to that other one in that sense, right? It gives you that summer vibe. But it's just so, like, the fan service is just such a key focus of this one relative to the other one that it's hard for me to take this seriously, if that makes sense. And it looks like A is somewhat edging it just about. Brank's Drums of Liberation says y'all are thirsty. I would agree. So is Nami, if this spread is anything to go by. She also doesn't. I mean, I don't know how thirsty she is because she doesn't even care if the water lands in her mouth. It can mostly just land around. It's just so blatant, dude. He's not even having her drink the water. Who drinks water like this? Have you ever been like, man, I really want some water, but I don't actually want to drink it. I kind of just want it to, like, splash, like, just vaguely splash around my mouth area. Like, what the fuck is this? This is so blatantly horny. It's insane. Has anyone ever drank water like this? I'm putting this in A. Because that's where it was vote. I'm going to put this in B just because I don't want to. I feel like it almost taints what we should be valuing if I put it in A. Although I think it is, like, still a good spread on its own merit. And even, like, if you took the spread and made Nami less fan servicey, I think it has a good shot at landing an A. But I'm just going to dock it a point for that. I like this one. I'm going to put this in A. I don't think it's S. I'm going to put it in A. B. A, B. It's cute. They're getting brain freeze and stuff like that. That's nice. Nothing particularly stand out about this. I'm going to put this in A. I'm going to put this in B. No, I'm not saying have you never splashed water on your face. I'm saying have you ever done this weird thing? Your mouth is open, so you kind of want to be drinking water, but you actually want water to just be spilling out of your mouth? No, that's not a thing. Nobody does that. What is this? This looks like Wano hype almost. This looks like Wano before they get to Wano. I'm going to say A, B. I don't care for this one. Like, it's not bad. It's just there's nothing particular about it. I'm going to say B minus. Say A, B, B minus. I'm going to say A, B, B. It's just a standard image. It feels very standard. I'm going to say A, B, B minus. All right. Reflexy, thanks. Theory. Color spreads are future canon in some dream adventure world after the Strats end their journey, die, and find the One Piece laugh tale. That's a fun theory, but then there's some real weird-ass shit that happens to them. Oh, this one. This one I remember distinctly. How do I rate this one? Feels very, very, very Soviet Russia. How do I rate this one? It is an undeniably memorable image. And it's not one, like, obviously it has some very aggressive red coloring, but here it's very, very, very deliberate. It's not like just a random color spread where Oda seems to have gone too hard on a color here or there. I like this one quite a bit. I would put it in A. I don't have this in S. I would put it in A. I understand that this one's a very polarizing one, but I still feel like it's I feel like there's a clear vision for what Oda's going for here, and it's an interesting concept. I like the way he did the trees. I'm gonna bump it to A. I'm gonna keep it in A. I can understand people really hating this one. Our piece, says a goosey soup. I can understand people hating this one, but because when I first saw this spread, right, when the chapter first came out, I wasn't sure how I felt about the color spread, but it's definitely a very, very visually memorable spread, and I think that means something. I like this one. I'm gonna put an A. This is one where either you dig what he's going for in terms of artistic experimentation, or you don't. This one. I was trying to remember this one. When this one happened. I think this is an S thumbnail. I like like how Oda went from all red to hard blue. Actually, no, because this is so weird. I remember this color spread very, very distinctly. But I remember it, like I remember this being a thumbnail concept at one point, but I remember it differently. Like everything that's in it is what I vaguely recalled, which is I remember Luffy having that, having this sort of seeking look. I remember Nami by his side. I remember Zoro having this sort of, this badass design. But I remember everything being more spread out, and I remember there being more of a blue background. I didn't realize that everything was very bunched up in all the straw hats like this. So now I don't know how I feel about it now that I'm seeing it. I can understand people putting this in S. Like, in my mind, this was one of the most memorable thumbnails. I keep saying thumbnails. I'm just YouTube-brained. This is one of the most memorable color spreads. I think it, like, when we caught up to it, I don't, like, looking at it, it doesn't match how I remembered it. It seems more cluttered than I remembered it, so I'm weirdly mentally docking it for not living up to my own memory of what it was, because I remember it was one of my favorites when I first saw it. So I guess that gives me a very biased view against it, I suppose. How do you guys feel? I'm just gonna say blue. I'm not gonna say it's lower than B. Oh, man. Oh, this is the 20th spread? Maybe that's why it's so memorable. '20th anniversary spread. Alright, I'll give you guys 5 seconds. Oh, let's get the stream likes to 300. It looks like it's staying in A. So, I got a question for you guys. How do you feel about this one versus... I'll just do a quick comparison. Because, look at this. I'm gonna move it to A. I just want to show you guys something. So remember when we were doing pre-time skip and we came across this spread, which was also very, very blue, underwater, etc. When we came across this spread, the first thing that came to mind for me was this future spread that would be coming up. And in my mind at the time, I was like, well, we can't put this in S because I know that this other one's coming up and this other one's clearly better. But now that I'm seeing them side by side, I feel like this one's actually better. How do you guys feel about these two? I think we were right on it. I think that this one belongs in A, this one belongs in S. I think that this one's actually better. Mechlore, thanks for the 5. Could Dragon believing the newspaper imply that Sabo would, in fact, be likely willing to kill Cobra? He knows Sabo better than we do. Dude, Dragon believing the newspaper, the excuses people were giving were kind of wild to me. Because it's like, well, there's photographic evidence and stuff. I'm just like, no, there's not. Photographic evidence would be Sabo killing Cobra. This is just Sabo being there, being at a scene where Cobra is dead. This is not photographic evidence of anything. The fact that Dragon, like, it threw him off so much to see that photo is kind of insane. Because it's like, it would be like anytime any war is being fought in the world, period. Like, World War II, World War I, whatever any war that's being fought, the Ukraine war or anything. It'd be like, if the general, like, if the general sees some, like, local, like, some newspaper from the enemy side saying, hey, they did some bad stuff, and the general's like, oh my god, are we the bad guys? That shit happens all the time. In any war, period, the newspaper is always going to be saying, like, hey, the other side, they're the bad guys, they're doing bad things. How fucking stupid would it be if every single time the military sees something like, there's a newspaper saying that we're the bad guys trying to stop this shit in Germany from happening or whatever. Oh no! If this is true, then all of my troops are in some serious trouble. Like, I can't put into words how fucking stupid the Dragon Seed is. And, like, people's excuses for it being, like, it's a photo. It's like, yeah, it's a fucking photo. From the world's most, like, fake-ass propaganda machine that, like, literally nobody with half a brain in the entire story of One Piece believes in. I'm actually shocked by the excuses that people are trying to push for Dragon. Like, just apply it to a tiny bit of real-world logic. Think about how if military leaders, anytime they read a newspaper article from a country they're at war with, saying, hey, they're the bad guys, the military leaders are like, fuck, are we the bad guys? Have we been fucking up the whole thing? It's actually, like, it's actually insane. But, you know, I guess people just want to roll with it. They're like, look, Morj, he saw a photo. It's like, okay. Clyde says they can't Photoshop photos here. You wouldn't need to. It's not a photo of anything. It's a photo that just shows Cobra is dead, that's a thing, and that Sabo was at the scene where he died. That doesn't show Sabo killing Cobra. That's like the most basic framing, like, most basic framing example you could ever possibly think of. It's like, hold on. Which chapter does this happen? Hold on. It would be like if someone took a photo right now of this and then slapped in the newspaper, Luffy killed Ace. That's like, how many times throughout any story, like, in the real world, in One Piece, like, anywhere, can you just take a photo of someone standing near or around, like, some scene of crime and be like, well, this person did it? If it's by a fucking propaganda machine that is often funded by the world government or told to do things by the world government, how fucking stupid would Dragon have to be? How has he even been waging a war against, like, the world government for 20 years? If anytime some piece of propaganda or some photo... Is this the first time he's seen a framed photo? Ever? What the fuck? Oh my god. If this is real... Well, fuck, Sabo's fucking out of the Revolutionary Army. It's like, dude, is this the first time anybody's, like, you've ever seen a bit of propaganda in the news? Alright, where were we at? How do we feel about this versus this? I'm just curious. Which one's better? Fenris is very different, lol. No, but you get the point. How many fucking panels could you pull from One Piece of just like a scene of someone on the ground and somebody else around him or something like that's there's evidence. It's like it would be evidence if it's like Sabo hurting Cobra or something like that. It's like, does Dragon think that there would that over the course of their entire raid on Morijua, there would never be a moment where one of his subordinates might be in close proximity to a dead body or like an injured person or something like that? What the fuck? All right, Pre's better. All right. You know what? Now I'm upset again. I'm bringing this up in the next chapter review. This will be an ongoing, the Dragon slander will be an ongoing theme over the course of, there'll be a segment at the start of every chapter review where I talk about this. Alright. Oh, this one. This was a funny one. I like this concept. I feel like it's a B. I feel like it's a B, though, at the end of the day. I don't like this one at all. Because this isn't a... Is this even a color spread? I like how it has to explain One Piece, all characters. It's like, dude, it just seems like a phoned-in color spread. These are just cut. You didn't draw any of these. I mean, you did at one point in the story, but you didn't draw them for the spread. I'm gonna put this in B. Is this even in the rankings? Does this make it in the rankings? It's in the rankings. I'm gonna put this in B. I'm gonna put this in D. Because it's one thing to like, you know, if you actually make a piece of art showcasing everything in One Piece, that's cool. But this is just pulled from the One Piece wiki practically. This is like a collage. Like it's not even like, you realize you guys could make this, right? I think pretty much it's just cutouts. I don't think people, if you look closely, it's just cutouts from the One Piece wiki or some shit. You guys could literally make this at home if you wanted to. This is some Germa 66 type shit. I remember this one. Don't care for the... Yeah, I don't care for the... It's fine. Like... this is a tricky one. What was Moon God Nika saying? He's been spamming a bunch of shit. Caleb Brown says, I think Oda ran out of ideas that week. Yeah, this is a... He's like, I'll just write One Piece, and then I'll just write One Piece all characters, and then you guys paste in all the characters. You guys like this? I really don't know where to put this. I just know I'm not fucking putting it in an S. Say Power Rangers. How do you guys feel about the Power Rangers one? Don't forget, we have a B-. I'm not going to put it in, like... It's not, like, D or C or... I mean, I could see a lot of different arguments for it. I could even put it in A. He's getting 45%. It looks like... Okay, but it looks like most people have it underneath A, so I'm going to put it in B. I feel like this is one that it's borderline A in my mind, but it just doesn't, like, the use of color just doesn't quite, like, it's a bit too much for me. So I want to dock it to B, but it has all the makings of an A, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put it in B. This is another popularity poll one, but this one feels lazier to me. I feel like the lines are a lot less, yeah, I don't think that the line... I feel like it's almost half done. Like, it feels a little sketchy to look at. You know, like, compared this, or even the next one, to this, it feels a little sketched out. Feels almost a little bit... yeah. Like, like, Oda's like, it's a popularity poll one. People will like it regardless, but I don't feel as much effort was actually put into it. So I'm going to put this in B. I'm gonna put this in B minus. Which is a shame because it's a cool concept. It's like, look at all these characters we like flying around on a dragon, but it's just, I really feel like the way each of the characters were drawn, a lot of the characters were drawn, it feels like a generic manga panel. You know what I mean? There's nowhere near the level of effort that you would expect from a color spread. I like this one. I like this one a lot. As far as the summer ones go, I'm gonna put this in A. Yeah, I like this one as far as the summer ones go. Little generic. I'm gonna say B. It's cool. They're falling. I'm gonna say A. I'm gonna say B. Is this another popularity poll one? I'm so fucking confused. Why are all these characters here? How many times did they do popularity polls? What is this one? It's not S. I feel like this is another A or B. I'm gonna say, let's call this Rainbow Road. Oh, it's the Zodiac. Ah, that's the thing. Zodiac. That makes more sense, because I was like, how did Khalifa make a popularity poll? Yeah, I'll say this is an A or a B. I don't think it's lower than that. But I don't think it's higher than that. Muhammad D. Luffy, thanks for being a Yonko to member for 6 months. I appreciate it. Okay, it seems like it's a B. Moving it along. Oh, this one! Another very memorable one. I remember this was controversial when it first came out. I'm putting this in A. I'm putting this in A. I can see why people may not like it. I think this is one of the fucking cutest little color spreads you'll ever see. This is such a quaint little idea. I think this is fucking awesome. I would even put this in S almost. I'm gonna say, okay, what do you guys think about the chibi one? I'm not letting this go lower than S or A. People are asking why it's controversial. I remember a lot of people didn't like it when it first came out. Maybe it was just some of the comments that I was seeing or something like that, but I remember that some people were like, weird color spread. Oh, this is split straight down the middle. S versus A. S versus A. Alright, I'll give it 5 seconds. 5, 4. This is a 50-50 poll. 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks like A barely edges it, but I can kind of, it's close enough that I feel like I'm justified swinging it either way. Okay, let's take a close look. Let's take a close look. We haven't had to do this before. So we're going to throw this one in B, and let's actually take a look whether or not this one feels like it belongs with A or S. Because I feel like some of the ones, look, like, isn't it like, look, we were overrating some of the early ones. This would be a B now, or lower, honestly. This would be a B. You guys pushed hard for the fucking ramen one. This is a B. Oh, wait. I am in B. Alright, never mind. Wrong tier. Let's evaluate again. For a moment, I was like, how did this make A? Okay, this should be a B minus, though, right? I think at this point, let's reevaluate a little bit. This should be in B minus. Ramen, in my opinion, it's not worth it to do a bunch of reevaluation now. But I think a lot of the B's would be in B minus at this point. If we were to compare this, does it feel like it belongs here? I feel like it belongs. Yeah, it belongs here. Let me compare it to the S's real quick. You got some really good stuff in S. I'm going to dock this to A, actually. I'm going to dock this one to A. I don't think it belongs there. I think that this should be an A. I'm gonna dock this. Actually, this is a slippery slope. Once I just start docking things left and right, it's just like, fuck. I think I shouldn't be doing that. I'll put this back. Who am I to arbitrarily start deciding what we should change? We'll do that at some point. I'll put this back too. But yeah, how do we evaluate this chibi one? I feel like it would fit right in with either group. I feel like there's some S's that should be an A, some A's that should be an S. This is really difficult. I'll put it here. We'll keep it an A. That's what the people voted. But it feels to me like it's just better than some of these other ones in A. Like, it's definitely better than this fucking rainbow shit. Like, this rainbow, like... Oh, it's not even rainbow stuff. It's, like, just different colored ships traveling. Alright, we'll keep it here. Sweet Busters, lame to me. I'm gonna say B minus. I'm gonna throw it in B minus. This one, I remember when this one came out, people were no. Is this the one I was thinking of? There's one I was thinking of that comes up later that looks very visually similar to this. I'm gonna say this is B. I'm gonna say B minus, B. Sports one. I'm gonna say B. B minus, B. I could see this falling in A because of the concept. We'll vote on sports. How do we feel about sports? I'm not putting in an S. Say A or B are the two options. Looks like people are leaning B by a little bit. It's close. It's very close. All right, I'll give it 5 seconds. 5, 4, 2, 1. People went with A in the end. All right. So we got a B minus. A B and an A. This is a cool one though. This is a cool one. Everyone's doing their own thing. I would go ahead and put this in A probably. I would put this in A. Oh, this one's also a cool one. I'm going to put this in. I just don't think there's enough going on. Like, it's cool to have One Piece's most, I guess you could say One Piece's most iconic women all lined up. It's a cool idea. But at the same time, I don't think there's a ton going on in here. So I'm going to say A and A. Which one are you guys saying is S? You saying this one is S? I don't think this is S. I think it's A. What do you feel about this? This is another concept one, basically. Like, line up One Piece's most iconic women. What do we want to put this? We'll do a poll. I think just for concept alone, we can't put it in B. It's unique. I'll give it a few seconds. Do you guys really feel that summer one is S? All right, we're gonna put this in A. We can vote on this other one. No, I don't feel like it's S though. I just don't feel like it's S. I don't feel like this is S. I don't know why I'm doing a poll for it. Yeah, it's about split 50-50, but I'm going to make the call that it's not S. And A was winning slightly. All right. So we got an A. This one's funny. I'm a little bit confused. Why is everyone in ninja style, but then Nami and Robin have guns? Can someone explain that to me? Remix King says, if it's not S, change your name to Mr. Misogyny. Oda didn't do that much with the wallpaper, though, or with the spread. He's kind of like, I'll just line up all the girls. That's it. Good spread. Could have done something more, but looks good. I mean, this one's cool. I'm going to put this one in B. I kind of like this one. But I feel like I could see this one in A, but I feel like it's a B. Let me put the other ones first. Okay, so we got A. A. B. Then what is this? People like B. People like the ninja one that much? The ninja one to me is just a bunch of stuff all spread out. I get their designs are kind of cool, but I'm keeping it a B. Keeping it a B. How do we feel about this? It's called Planning New Adventures. Robin throwing it back is a solid S. Says Estavius. See, this one's all over the place. We got votes for S, we got votes for A, we got votes for B, which means it averages out to about an A. Alright, I'm going to give it an A. Luffy's arm, I know he's a rubber man. This just freaked me out for a second, though. It looked really weird. This is cool. I could see this in A or B. I'll give this another vote, too. I'll call this the hitchhiking one. I think this is cool. I would put this in A. I would hard consider this for A. Iced Empire says that's the creepiest Gear 3 I've ever seen. Yeah, it just looks weirder here. Maybe we don't normally get this angle of it or something like that. I don't know why it looks weirder here. I'm going to put it in A. Alright. Alright, so we got 2 A's back to back. A. Another film poster. I don't know how to... What do we do with this shit? You know, I think one of the things is that, at least with the Strong World posters, I felt like they could stand on their own merit as just being an interesting... I mean, this looks cool, too. I'm just going to go ahead and say this is a B. I don't want to think too much about it. It's a poster. I'm going to say it's a B. It's a B. You want to do B minus? Fine, we'll do B minus. Oh, I see an edit of this all the time on Twitter, which is hilarious, which I don't need to share with you guys, but it's a funny edit. If you know, you know. You've seen it. This one's cool. They're lounging. I'm gonna say it's a B. So I'll say B minus, B. Oh my god, there's a lot going on here. This is cool though. This is cool. What do we call this? One Piece Stampede dinner? What are we voting Stampede dinner? I don't know why I put B minus in the options. It's not a B minus. People are pushing S for this one. I don't know if I'd put this in S. Yeah, A seems about right. Alright, we're gonna throw this in A. So we got a B and A. I'll put the Stampede poster in B minus. I'll put this in B. And I'll put the dinner in A. We got so many to vote on for the best one. This is gonna be... Alright, let's try and speed through this last ones. Nicholas Froats, thanks for the 5. Theory, Blackbeard's fruit is a mythical Zoan, darkness god. Explains why he doesn't have Logia properties. Perfect fight for him to fight Sun God. That is an interesting idea. But then does that mean that there is an actual darkness? No, it is the darkness fruit, right? It's the Yami Yami no Mi. So it's not the... But the Goma Goma no Mi was known as the Goma Goma no Mi. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Like, sorry, the Nika fruit was known as the Goma Goma no Mi, so we'll see. Feels very generic to me. I'm gonna say B minus. The fuck? This is too scary to me. I'm gonna say B minus. I'm gonna say C. B minus, C. Hungry Days. This is just gimmick shit at this point. How many gimmick things have we done at this point? This, the Stampede a second ago. Okay, let's rank these. B minus. Maybe you could go in B, but I feel like we got so much shit in B. Let's fill out B minus a little bit. This one is weird. I'm gonna put it in C. I'm actually gonna put it in D. It's fucking weird as fuck. No, I'll put it in C. Hungry Days. Don't care about... I mean, I like the Hungry Days commercials as much as the next person, but it's not much of a spread, is it? Basim El Madawi says, I missed his super. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Sorry. I'm sorry I had to super again. Let me catch this. Where's that? Basim El Madawi, thanks for the 10. Im ate the human fruit. Model mangaka. It allows him to control the world by writing in his manga. Crossing out islands in his book destroys them. Luffy would break the manga fourth wall as a counter. That is a really, really interesting idea. That's a really interesting idea. I've talked before about how Im might have, when trying to speculate on what Im's power is, how Im might have some sort of reality warping power himself. Mangaka versus basically breaking manga rules or like comic rules would be a really, really cool matchup. I think that's a cool idea. What do we feel about this? To me, this is a B. Oh, this one's an easy S. One of the fucking best pieces of art Oda has ever produced. I don't think he has ever gone this hard in terms of attention to shadow and how he's using shadow. Like, this is a fucking amazing... What was he doing with this? I actually watched a video of him coming up with this, like him doing the sketching and everything like that, and the iterations that this one went through. So this one actually went through a few ideas in his head before he landed on this. It's pretty cool. All right, let's see. Where are we at? I said that this one is a B. Could honestly be a B minus, but we're moving it along. This one is an easy S, one of the all-time greatest bits that he's ever done. Easy S. Right? Do you guys remember this one? This one was fucking insane. K Maya says if you put this anywhere but S, I was going to take away my like, LMAO. Yeah, I think that this one is maybe one of the easiest S's in all of color spread history. This one, nice, cute, a little too simple. I'm gonna say B. This is fucking lazy as fuck. I'm gonna say B minus. B minus. This is extremely lazy on Oda's part. I think you don't even realize it when the chapter comes out and you see the color spread. It's like, oh, it's a cool color spread. It's all the straws together. But when you're looking at so many color spreads like lined up back to back to back, a particularly lazy one just stands out right away. So we got a B, B minus. I don't think it's a C. Is it a C? I'm gonna say it's a B minus. I think it's a C. C tier for lazy. Let's put it in C. Let's put it in C. All right. We got B. C. This could be B minus, actually. I guess because it's Luffy and Kid and shit. Colors are nice. If Fenrir says, God damn it, give the guy a break. Yeah, actually, because he did just like a few weeks back, he did this. But already 2 spreads later, I'm like, fucking lazy ass Oda. Can't even put in some effort into his color spreads. Who does he think we are? Just treating us like shit. Dude probably broke his back working overnight trying to draw this one. Guess he took a break in the next couple tries. All right, B, C. This one's cool. This one's cool. I wish we didn't have this shit on the top and the bottom so I could evaluate it a little bit better. I almost want to say A for this one. It's a really nice sea train look. I didn't even realize that they're on a sea train at first glance. I thought that this was looking out into the ocean off of a ship, but if you look at it, it's them on the sea train just reimagined. I really like that. I'm going to say A. Also partly because I feel bad for shitting on the last two. B, C, A. Let's roll. Got a solid plan. I'm going to move you up to B. I'm going to put you in C. And then you're going up to A. I don't think this is an S or anything like that. Law was there too? Where? Yeah, Law was there too, but he's just chilling in the back. I know what you're talking about, the parrot one. Is this like a replay of that other, okay, you gotta piece them together. So this is another throwback to that one, which means what, we have to put it in S again? I mean, it is a really nice spread, so I guess it's fine putting it in S. It's a throwback. I'm gonna put it in S, just because it's a, the throwback value or whatever, right? Right? It's chapter 1000, right? Alright, we'll throw it in there. Chapter 1000, it's gotta go in there. Oops, why am I moving this around? Okay, we get the full look of it here. Yeah, it's chapter 1000. We gotta put it up. I think personally I would put this one in A, but it's just like, we're already saying that if it's a throwback, it gets put in S. So, and it's a good artwork anyway. It's not an S. I wouldn't put it in S in isolation, but it's just the throwback value, right? It's throwback to, where is it? Where's that one? Oh, wait, we put this one in A. Oh, then I'm allowed to put this one here. I know this is not the best way to judge it. But it just is what it is, okay? We put this one in A, so this one can stay in A. Cool. That's good, because it didn't feel right putting that up there. This is the Beast Pirates. It's just kind of a straightforward thumbnail. I'm gonna put it in B. Is that okay? Just gonna put this in B. I keep saying thumbnail. Holy shit. B. Throwback spreads are always an S. Yeah, they are, but we didn't even put the first one in S. So, I'm gonna say B. I mean, although it is all of Kaido and his crew, so that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. You guys want to put Beast Pirates in A? I'll put Beast Pirates in A. How often do we get, like, something like this with a full Yonko crew? I'll put them in A. I don't think they're S, though. Oh, we've only got 2 more. All right, so we're close to being able to vote on the best one. That's awesome. B and or B minus. I don't even know what to put this one. B or B minus. You think this is A? Minimum? I don't think this is A. I think this is a B. K minus is they're too crappy to accrue to be an S. I would agree. I'll do a quick poll on this one. I think it's just a B or B minus. I don't think there's any other place that it falls in the range of things that it could fall in. It's not an A, in my opinion. Okay, looks like people are leaning B. Leaning B. We'll roll with B. Alright, and the last one that we've got. I know it's not the last color spread there is, but it's the last one that we've got. Okay? What the fuck? I legitimately... When did this happen? I don't remember this one. Why is Nami... What is happening? What is happening here? Let me go drop the snow one in B real quick. We'll come back to this. We'll circle back to this in a second. What the fuck what's happening here? It's really cluttered, I agree. You ever wish you were ice cream, says not a person? I'll just say it's the ice cream one. Brandon King, thanks for being a Yonko tier member for 4 months. You say, hello, Mrs. Marge Simpson. Thanks for 4 months. Thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate it. A, B, B minus. I'll even give... I don't think it's a C, though. This is not an S. Okay, looks like people are voting A for this. Give it a few seconds. And that is good enough. Okay. So, we've got everything except for the last 70 chapters. But we've got the majority of One Piece in here. Which means now we get to look back at... Okay, let's do a quick look back, right? So, these are the ones that we hated. Basically, bad pieces of artwork. Holy shit. This is the only color spread that... Okay. Real quick, like, if you look at this tree one, this one, this one, this one, we view these as kind of like just egregious miscalculations on usage of color or composition by Oda. This one he just phoned in. He just didn't give a shit. It is the most boring piece of artwork out of all of these hundreds of color spreads, right? And then this one he just didn't try. Like this one, we don't even count this one. He just didn't even he was just like, I don't give a shit. I could do what I want. I'm Oda. Somebody go fucking cut out 200 characters from the One Piece wiki and put it in the background for me. I'm not trying today. You all do it this time. C is like either too simplistic. Yeah, I think C we say generally too simplistic, or you know what's funny? This one would rank higher in later stuff. It's just it came so pre-timeskip we got used to a certain standard. I don't feel like going around moving everything too simplistic, or there's some issue that we didn't really like about it. Like this one, it's too packed, right? Then we get to B minus. B minus, I think B minus is basically where we're like, yeah, it's a fine thumbnail, a fine color spread, nothing too special about it. I think that this could go a little higher. I think that this one could be B. I'm gonna bump this to B right now. Actually, but then that... No, slippery slope, because then I'm like, well, I could bump this one to B also. We'll move you back. Okay. some things that are in B minus could be in B. Some things that are in B could be in B minus. Like, I think that there's some things in B minus that are better than the snow one. This isn't perfect. We were trying to rank a lot of things, and we ranked some on one day. We ranked some on another day. Standards shifted probably a little bit. Art got better in general from pre-timeskip to post-timeskip. So none of this is perfect, but we did our best, right? If we really wanted to be nitty-gritty about it, we could go back and change every little thing, but we're not going to do that. B, I think, are generally good to pretty good thumbnail, or like at least decent thumbnails or color spreads. God damn it, decent color spreads. I think for the most part, decent to pretty good color spreads. I think they're all just missing a certain extra oomph that would take them to A. A is when you get to Oda's very good art, in my opinion. Be that certain scenic vistas that are framed in a particularly striking manner. I think this is one of my favorites, actually. This could low-key be an S. Same with this one. Same, like, a lot of these in A are actually really, really outstanding pieces from Oda. I think that this could be in B. I'm going to put the Frankie one in B. Doesn't feel like it belongs here. Or just cool concepts, so off the Strats as knights and stuff like that. Just particularly memorable things. Everyone in military gear. And then I think once you get to S, these are like the really iconic color spreads from One Piece. These are the ones that are hard to forget. Or even if you did forget them, maybe it's nice to be reminded of some of Oda's most high effort artwork. The type of thing that feels like it could just be a painting on a wall somewhere, you know, that you would have in a background. Something like this. There's things that I want to dock, things that I want to put down, things that I want to bump up. But we're not going to do that right now. Let's just try and vote on what we think is best. I really want to bump this. This just does not feel like it belongs here with the rest of them. Same with the Vikings one. I want to bump this. We'll keep it. Because if we go down the rabbit hole of trying to change shit, then it just gets to be too much. Let me do this, alright? First, I'm going to give my top 5. Then we're going to vote on your top 5. And we'll make these two separate things. So, let's say more just top 5. My top 5 favorite pieces are, and I'm going to avoid going with just nostalgia bait, so I could just be like, well, I love this one because it's the first chapter. I'm not going to do that. Let me go with what I think in isolation I would view as my favorite pieces of art. I would throw this in there. This is a solid maybe. This one is fucking fantastic. This is in there. I'm going to delete some in a second, don't worry. Like, I'm going to pick a 5. This is in there. This is in there. This has an argument. This has an argument. No. This has an argument. This has an argument. Yeah, I think these are all the ones. Okay. So if I'm picking a top 5, these are the ones that really stand out to me particularly. I love this one. I think this is still probably going to rank number 1 for me. This one is just... I think that there is no color spread quite like this one. There's no color spread quite like this one. I think you could know absolutely nothing about One Piece, period, and appreciate this one. You know what I mean? Like, I think that this is just a phenomenally framed... The feel of this, the very simplistic use of color, the wind sweeping through, the atmosphere, the background, it's just so clean. I feel like this is low-key one of the best, just no One Piece context, right? I think that this is low-key an amazing piece of art. I think that this is awesome. No One Piece context, I think this is great. Would it rank in my top 5? I don't know. I have a hard time placing this one. It feels so different. You know what I mean? This feels really, really different to all of the other color spreads, honestly. Like, everything else is something really vibrant, really saturated. It's all the Straw Hats doing something very exciting in some sort of dreamy background. This one is just... I don't know. I'm trying to decide, does that make it something that I would want to keep among my favorites, or does it drop it out of my favorites? I really don't know how to place this. How do I even compare these? I would say this does not make my top 5. I would say this does not quite make my top 5. I'm going to go ahead and put this here. I'm going to put this here. This is fucking difficult. I'm going to have to dock this. Shit. This is hard. Alright, you guys will get to vote in a second. I don't know why I'm having so much difficulty. This is amazing. It is technically amazing. It is not my favorite just because I don't, like, I think I prefer the dreamlike spreads a little bit more. So I'm going to dock this. So we're narrowing it down a little bit more and more and more. This is still my favorite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do I like better between this and this? It's really fucking hard now. It's really difficult. What I'm gonna say is this is my favorite, and then these other 5, for the sake of time, can go in various orders. I really don't know what would be my second favorite. I don't know how I'd rank the rest of these. I think the train one remains my favorite, and then a lot of these other ones, they can be shuffled around. These other 5. But that's me. Let's vote on you guys. How are we going to do this, though? This is too difficult. How are we going to do this? And the rest of these 5 are not ordered. I'd have to really sit down and think, basically, and like, what would I want on my wall? What would I... Yeah, what speaks to me the most? I don't know. I would have to really sit down and think, because they're all very different in different ways. I mean, they're all very striking in different ways. Let's see for you guys, right? What do you guys like best? It's gonna be too fucking difficult. I don't have time though. Kind of gotta wrap this stream up. I'm gonna say Morj's favorite is this one. How do we do this quickly and efficiently? We're just gonna vote on your guys' favorite. All right. So here's how we're gonna do it. Very simple. Very simple. All right. Everybody get really quick. Everybody get ready to vote really quickly. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up 4 at a time. Whatever survives each poll, we'll just move on to the next poll. All right. Sanji Wine. Okay. Vote. Sanji Wine. Rainbow Eels. We're voting on the top 1. All right. We're not voting on a top 5 or anything like that. We're voting on a top 1. Rainbow Eels. Treehouse Clouds. Treehouse. It's like a treehouse in the clouds, right? And then I want you guys to be able to see everything. And then Golden City Teacups. All right, vote for that. We're gonna move this shit along real quick. All right, whatever survives from here, we'll move on to the next thing, next batch. All right. It looks like Sanji Wine is winning this. All right, we're going to keep Sanji Wine. Then we got... Oh, a tough batch. All right. Vote. Sanji Wine. We got Robin Bedtime Story. We got Straw Hat Fireflies. And we got chapter 1. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys get a slightly better visual. Kosh Panda asked, is it raining? It is raining outside my place right now. Robin Bedtime is coming in close. It's Robin Bedtime very close to Sanji Wine. All right, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sanji Wine edges it. All right. I'm feeling good about talking up Sanji Wine so much now. It's like, am I crazy? This one looks different, but it's really cool. Shit. How do I arrange this a little bit better? You know what? I'll just move this up for now, and then we'll get back to it. Okay. Okay, Maya says, why put Sanji Wine with the next group? Do separate groups, then put the winners against each other? Yeah, I guess so. But then we gotta then that requires me to start remembering the winner of each group of 4. I'd rather just be like, we're gonna keep voting till something knocks off Sanji Wine, because we're just trying to get to the best one. I'd rather not. I'm in a slight hurry, so I'm trying to just avoid having to remember the winner of each group of 4. I mean, we could put the winner of each group of 4 up here. Okay, we'll do that for now then, right? That's the easiest way to do it. Here, let's vote on these, then we'll start doing the group of 4 thing. Okay, Vikings, running, gotta be free, and then forest. Looks like Forest takes this one. I think 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Forest is taking this one. Okay. So right now we got Forest. We got Sanji Wine. Let's vote on these guys. Oh, this is a tough one. I feel bad. Some of these don't stand up as well when zoomed out, and we're obviously in a very zoomed out state right now. But let's see. So we got Sky Spa, I guess you would say. You got Disco or DJ. DJ Stairs Underwater. Looks like an easy win for DJ. Easy win for DJ. God damn it. Alright. I gotta move these 2 down real quick so that space-wise everything can be on the same level. But don't worry. We'll remember. We'll remember. Alright. Alright. We got... What do you got? Meeting Luffy, Straw Hats together, Chinese art style. I think it's Chinese or whatever, some shit like that. Straw Hats lounging. All right, 5, 4. And it's tight. Looks like 3, 2. Oh, it's really tight. Chinese art style or Straw Hats lounging. You got 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's see what wins. Chinese art style wins. Okay. So right now we got this. We got this. We got this. We're getting there. I wish I could do more than 4 options in a poll. Make things so much easier. Shichibukai. Whatever the fuck. I'm just gonna say Fever Dream. The one where they're all like that. Parrots. Strong World. Damn, people like Shichibukai that much? Okay, no. It's going down. Alright, 5 seconds. Nope, Shichibukai's still winning. Damn. Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You guys like the Shichibukai one that much? There's nothing that special about it in my book, but... Alright, whatever the people say. I'm gonna bump this up real quick just to. Oh no, that makes it more complicated. Although I think this one should have been an S in retrospect. Yeah, just for the sake of easy visuals, just vote on these three real quick. Or actually, we'll throw this one in as well. So keep in mind for this one, we're gonna be voting on chapter Romance Dawn Part 2. We're voting on Straw Hats Walking. We're voting on Mermaids Underwater. And let's also vote on this one with the Marines. Alright, you see this one on the bottom right? Marines, bottom right. Purely because arrangement is a little tricky right now. All right, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, Mermaids takes it. And I think, okay, we got 2 more polls and then our final batch of the winners, basically. So we got Straw Hats as kids. Straw Hats as kids. We got Straw Hats getting ready. We got Sea Freak. And we got Summer. People really like the Sea Freak one. I think I underestimated how much love there was for that one. Alright, so that one takes an easy win here. And then lastly, we got this one, the Japanese art style one. We already voted between this. I'll just throw it in there. Who cares? Alright. Okay, guys. We've got basically, yeah, a couple batches of votes to do. Alright, we'll do group 1. So we'll do... Damn, this is going to be tight. Alright, this is going to be the train in the... train in the sky, forest, Chinese style, and then Sanji wine. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna keep. No, whatever. Okay, all right. I can't play favorites. I was like, I want to keep the Sanji one and train one for last, but can't protect my favorite pick like that. Whew. Okay. This is tight. This is really tight. This is really, really, really tight. Sanji wine takes it. Sanji wine takes it. All right. This is now chat's favorite, right? Chat's favorite. So we're gonna dock all the things that didn't make it to clear things up. This is not a top 5. We're just voting on the best one. All right, we'll vote again for the next 4. DJ, Shichibukai, Sea Freak, and Mermaids. Look at this one way on the side that just got bumped up for no reason. Damn, Sea Freak beats DJ. Okay, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sea Freak beat DJ. This is gonna come down to the... This is gonna come down to the wire. Why is this one even in here? Is anyone voting? I'll just do Sea Freak versus this one real quick. I'll just do Sea Freak versus the... It just got bumped up because it didn't line up in any of the other ones. Sea Freak, Japanese style. Not a person says chat's favorite is still Chibi. Morj can't censor us. Then you should have voted it to be an S tier. I was pushing for Chibi in S tier. Oh, this is tight. Wait, the Japanese style one had that much support? I'm glad I bumped it up into the finals ballot. All right, 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Sea Freak takes it. All right, everybody. It is time for the heavyweight showdown between Sanji Wine and Sea Freak. Iced Empire says the Chibi haters all left. So they just showed up, said some, voted against Chibi, and were like, our job is done. This is for the best color spread in all of One Piece. Sanji Wine, Sea Freak. Has everyone made up their mind? You guys ready? Let's go. This is so fucking tight. It is 50-50. We're going to end it in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sanji Wine takes it. Thank God. I've got nothing against Sea Freak. I think it's cool. Here's what I will say. I think Sea Freak is really, really, really cool if you are a One Piece fan. I think Sanji Wine is an amazing image if you have no idea, even if you have no idea what the fuck One Piece is. I think that this is Oda's most serious bit of artwork out of all of the color spreads, if that makes sense. And that was chat's favorite. All right. Sanji Wine takes it. I mean, Sanji Wine is obviously... Oh, shit. What did I just do? Did I delete it? Did I delete Sanji? Oh, no. Did I delete chat's favorite? I'll add a row above. Make it blue. And, oh, fuck. No, I didn't. All right. This is yellow. This is blue. This is Morj's favorite. And that is, the train one. It's a shame that it had to die so early to Sanji Wine, but it is what it is. Alright, guys. Good shit. We voted on what we believe is the best color spread in One Piece, the Sanji Wine one. This is my personal favorite, but I have nothing against Sanji Wine. I think that this is right up there for me, in my top 5 as well, maybe my top 2 or 3. But thanks for tuning in. This was a lot of fun doing part 1 and part 2 of this. I'm very happy about it. And you know what? I'm in such a good mood. Let's just bump Chibi up. All the Chibi haters left, so we can do that without any sort of repercussion. And yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this. It's almost a shame that we ran through all of these. We could do volume covers at some point soon. But I feel like... Yeah, let's see. I feel like color spreads, Oda puts more effort into the color spreads than volume covers, in my opinion. I think he gets more experimental with the cover spreads. But yeah,